Let's try that again. Yo, everybody, good to see you. Hope you're all having a good day. Hi, my name is Lampy, small-time illustrator, football-sized mouth. I do a lot of drawing streams, occasional gaming streams, and sometimes some live 2D rigging streams. And today is one of those drawing streams, and I totally didn't just wait for that entire song to finish before I started this, before I jumped into this. Totally wasn't listening to the whole thing in the background. Nah, I don't know what you're talking about. But anyway, today we're going to be continuing a full art model for a Cam the Corgi for a giveaway from quite a whiles back. In the meantime, I hope you enjoy. Well, not so much a giveaway, but as one of those goal redeems from a while back. So, hope you enjoy your day. I hope you enjoy the stream and all that good stuff. And I hope you all had a good weekend and good to see you there, Ryu, the Sun Drake. Hey, long time no see. Hope things have been well. Same with you there, Pun. I hope things have been good. Just popping in to say hello and hope you have an amazing stream. Yo, thanks. And I hope things have been good on your end too. And good to see you there, Zerites and Icy. How's everybody doing? How was the weekend? Let's give a couple shout outs right quick. One, we need to give a shout out to Pun. If you're a fan of Bloodborne and many other games like that, that's a good place to go. They play they play usually at similar hours of the night. So if I'm not on, chances are they are. So there you go. Go check them out when you get the chance. Let's also give a shout out to Zerites. They play some good number of games. Really chill time over there. Go check them out. And speaking of a not chill time, but a really great place to go check out Icy. Really awesome environment there. Really great people. Really hilarious stuff. And you need something to help you wake up, that's a good place to go. It's honestly an awesome time. It's also a crazy time. Go check them out when you get the chance. One day, I'll say I play something other than 9 parchments. You know what? That's fair. That's fair. What is 9 parchments, by the way? Like, how does that game work? Alright, and for those who don't know what on earth we're drawing right now. So, I decided we're going to draw Cam as an actual Corgi with their usual hair. Yes, we still have this meme in the background, though. And while they're mixing up what I would believe is cookie dough, Lampy's just flash baking, if you will. What is flash baking? Well, it's when you take a flamethrower. I think the rest is self-explanatory. Thank you for the shout out. Means a lot. I can't wait to stream next, whenever that will be. You know what? That's fair. You'll figure out what day that's going to be, and when you do, it's going to be hilarious. Oh yeah, let's see. I just got done watching the documentary on the Goofy movie. Wait, what? I just read that part. What's it? Wait, a documentary on the Goofy movie. How does that work? I mean, I have a couple of ideas on how that might go down, but okay, I need to hear about this, because I never once thought someone would take the time and say, you know, it'd be a great documentary. The Goofy movie. Because I don't know. I'm honestly befuddled right here. Nine Parchments is a mage game where you start with 3 spells and run through levels and collect new spells from bosses until you collect a total of 9 spells. Oh, kind of reminds me of that one game, Barony, maybe Brawny. I don't know. I think it's called Barony, but I keep on calling it Brawny because it sounds like the quicker pick. Yeah, the quicker picker upper. And I ain't gonna see it any other way. Yeah, it was talking about the process of the film and how the behind the scenes of it. I hope the behind the scenes weren't too troublesome. I've heard so many documentaries talking about, oh yeah, so behind the scenes are a lot darker than you would think for this children's show. Like, what do you mean? Well, if you really look into the background, you find out, blah, 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 blah. I don't need to know about this, blah, blah, blah. Well, okay, I feel like the people need to know about this, but that's still pretty messed up, blah, 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 blah. All right, let's see. Give me 1 second. We're just going to add a little bit of the fluff and the scuff over here. Lampy, I see. What did I do? I'm pretty sure I did something, but I don't know what it is this time around. All right, let's see. And they showed some behind the scenes stuff that wasn't released to the public. They made it for the 30th anniversary of the movie. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty awesome. I mean, I'm honestly glad it was that stuff and not what was mentioned earlier. Yeah, that would have, that would have been a problem. Did you know that did you know that at first they wanted Martin Short to voice Goofy in the film because they wanted more of a real feel. That would have been the worst possible mistake you could go with, making a Goofy movie and trying to add realism to Goofy. Do they not? Okay, whoever said, yeah, let's not go down this route, they deserved more. Whatever they paid the person, whoever they paid to say, whoever was working on that project and decided, maybe we don't need a real feel. This is Goofy after all. Huh, why didn't that work? Is this not connected? No, it says connected. Maybe give it a minute. Let's find out. We're gonna see. I don't think the bird's gonna talk. Hold on a minute. Let me find out what just happened there. Because we're gonna figure this out. Maybe there was something that I lost along the way. Configurations. No, that one's an active plugin. So why didn't it work? What the? Hold on a minute. We're gonna find something out right quick. Yeah, no, that should have worked. Hold on, let me see something. What if we do this manually? Because that should have worked, but for some reason. We're gonna see what's going on. If I do this right here, if I do this manually.
Stand ready for my arrival, Moth. You were given biddies. You were given subs. You were given more donos than most, and yet I find this barn unprepared for the arrival of our Moth fleet cult.
You know what? I'm glad to hear that, bird. Because I've been looking for something to shoot. Welcome on in, Ryu, and thank you for the 39 months. I greatly appreciate it. And why on earth did that not work? Everything else seems to be connected, everything else seems to be plugged in, but for some reason... Wait, actually, let me check something. Let me see... Connected? Okay, it says connected. Available. Options. No. Here? Selected audio source, select device. Yeah. Uh-oh. Come back here, thingy. Oh yeah, that should have worked. I wonder what was up with that. I'm gonna look into this. I'm gonna find this out right now. Text to speech. Stream elements? Yeah, stream elements. What else was that? Hold on a minute. Yeah, it's just not working. Why is it not working right now? Why is there a hype train? If I have to do this manually, I'm going to do this manually. I do not care. Like, if this thing is not going to do it properly, I'll do this properly then. I'll show you, you stinking thingamabobber. No, wait, Twitch settings? Yo, Sugar Mutant, thank you for the raid. I greatly appreciate it. Hold on 1 second. We need to figure something out here. But also, first...
Been in the Lampy fan club, I mean Lampy cult, for 4 months now. I hope you have had a reason to smile today.
You know what? I was actually okay with fan club, and then you backtracked on that one, for Christ's sakes. Thank you for the 4 months there, Sherpert. I greatly appreciate it. And I hope everybody's been doing well. Hold on a minute. We're still trying to figure something out. But first, let's give a shout out to Sugar Mutant. If you haven't checked them out, I highly recommend that you do. They play a good variety of games. It's a very funny time over there. They also do arting, and they also do live to do rigging. And they know the struggle of trying to rig mounts. Mounts are tough. Or tough. I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself. And also, that salute was a misclick. But I think that worked out perfectly. But yeah, also, everybody stopping by from Sugar Meat and Stream. Hi, my name is Lampy, small-time illustrator, football-sized moth. I do a lot of drawing streams, occasional gaming streams, and sometimes some live 2D rigging streams. And today is one of those drawing streams. Wrong one. Today is one of those drawing streams. We're currently working on the line art section for a full art redeem for Cam. I hope y'all enjoy your day. I hope y'all enjoy your stay. And if you gotta take care of things, go take care of those things. Never feel bad about raiding and running, because that's what raids are all about. But if you decide to stick around, I greatly appreciate that. And I hope you enjoy your stay. And good to see you there, Observer Void, Sugar Mutant, Mountain of Geese. I hope everyone's doing well. Gotta hate rigging or mouth rigging? Me too, me too. Also, Unlucky RG, thank you for the hydrate. I greatly appreciate it. We're gonna backtrack on a lot of this stuff because we gotta catch up with a few things that I may or may not have missed. Also, I need water. I agree. Also, people were mad because they gave Goofy emotions. I think any parent would be emotional when their kid decides to grow up and is like, I don't need you no more. Like, I don't know. Like, granted, that is something that every parent-child will have to go through eventually, is that when the child, or, when the child grows up, becomes an adult, and says, you don't need to do all this stuff for me. I need to do this on my own. And when that time comes, not gonna be easy for the parent. It's like, I've been doing this for them for years. I mean, I know they have to do this eventually. I think. Maybe. Yeah, they have to do this eventually. They have to leave the nest. Sometimes that's how the parent feels. The other times it's, get out of my house. It depends on the parent. But yeah, Goofy looks like the person who would have emotions. Also, how do people get mad for Goofy having emotions? Like, have they not seen the cartoons? I mean, granted, they're all wacky and stuff, but, sometimes they show expressions. Sure, it's out of comedy, but still, that's not the point. Also, welcome on in, Destroyer. Thank you for the hydrate. Let's give you a shout out. Folks, go check out Destroyer. If I'm correct, they should have their PC up and running real soon, so it's going to be awesome. Go check them out when you get the chance. And yeah, we also got to give a shout out to Sherbert. Sherbert hasn't been here for too long, but they've made a big, they made a big impact in they've made a big impact in the short amount of time that they've been here. Also, if you go check out their streams, really chill streams. If you're a fan of No Man's Sky, that's a good place to go. If you like art, that is also a good place to go. Really awesome stuff over there. But yeah, let me try to catch up some things here. Let me see, did I get everything? Goofy is supposed to be funny, cartoony, not a dad trying to connect with his son. You could have both. They did that perfectly with the Goofy movie. But yeah, as for me, I think I've had a good reason to smile today. We just got ourselves a new commission, and we finished off another one not long ago. So yeah, it's been a pretty solid run so far. It's been a pretty good month. Hype train's over? Oh, thank God. So long as I distract myself with everything else, everyone will forget that the hype train is there. That is my new game plan now. But yeah, folks, go check out all those amazing people. Really awesome folks. Really awesome stuff. A lot of great art. Thank you for the shout out. Yeah, no problem. Oh, thank you for stopping by. Happy to hear that, Lampy. Always love watching your art. No, I thank you greatly. Yeah, that was also why I needed to, as much as I would like to get back into the games and all of that stuff, I also need to get back into the art and then stuff as well. So I decided I'm going to focus on the art for a bit more again, because I think the burnout has finally faded, so I can finally get back into this again. Oh yeah, for those of you that didn't know, I kind of had drawing burnout for obvious reasons. There was a lot of burnout for a lot of stuff. So because of all of that burnout stuff, so I was like, you know what? Let me just get a couple games in. Let me just focus on this. And then after a while, I started having that sort of burnout. Like, you know what? I've been playing too many games. I've been trying to figure out too many events. I've been trying to prepare for too many things. Let me just sit back and just draw and ramble on about nonsense. Let me talk about back in my day. That sort of craziness. Also, try not to clear my throat in front of the microphone because, yeah, no one wants to hear that. There we go. Also, it's lamp season. Thank you for the follow. I greatly appreciate it. Welcome to the Moth Fleet. I hope you enjoy your stay. By the way, you're lampy now. If you don't know what that means, don't worry about it. Oh yeah, that also reminds me. Hold on, I gotta check something. Now that I really think about this. Camera. Just as I thought. Turn off the camera right quick. Switch this back to level 5. Put OK. I didn't move it all the way over there, though. Hold on a minute. Oh, we're back. Okay, that works. Just close all of this, and we're back on track. All right, let me see. We got that, we got that, we got here, we got there. All right, we got everything we needed. All right. Also, I have a new idea for a PNG at some point. Ooh, PNG idea? Feel free to send me your ideas and we'll see what's going on about that. That'd be pretty cool to find out. A friend told me about you and I'm obligated to support the Moth homies. Oh, thank you there. I think I saw that image. I think I saw like what was it? Was there? I'm trying to remember. Was it a meme about Batman? I think it was a meme about Batman and lamps. I saw that one. I was like, okay, yeah, I could see why someone would get completely confused about that. Like, especially if they confused it for me making that meme. Like, granted, I know that meme. As for if I would go down that road and make that joke all blatantly like that, that's an entirely different story. Which, by the way, do not worry. I always like to let everyone know. No judgment here. But I could see where, or yeah, I'm not saying this to be judgmental, because you make all the jokes you want. Don't let anyone stop you. Especially don't let me stop you on making those jokes. But with that said, I could see why that would give a bit of whiplash. Like, wait, Lampy, are you making that joke? Oh, wait, nope, wrong person. That makes much more sense. Also, Archivist, welcome on in. How you be? I hope things are well. I hope things are good. Hope things are funny and all that stuff. Right now, I'm just currently trying to figure out how to draw a snoot. Drawing a snoot is tough. But I'm figuring it out along the way. That should be good, I think. Maybe. We're gonna remove this part a bit, because I want the snout to be a little bit shorter. Is what I'm aiming for here. Also, before I forget, let's give a shout out. I was gonna say let's give a shout out to Snout, and then I realized, wait, no, that's not what I'm trying to say. Let's give a shout out to Archivist. If you haven't checked them out, I highly recommend that you do. They also do live TD rigging. They also do art. They also talk about some interesting conversations. It's like one of those things where it's like, how do I put it? What's the word I'm looking for? If you're looking for streams with insightful conversations, that's a good place to go. That's the word I'm looking for. I'm trying not to use the word interesting as much anymore because the word interesting kind of lost the meaning behind it. well, for most part, if you're on the internet for too long, the word interesting has lost its meaning. It has taken on a whole new meaning that isn't that great. It no longer means what it used to mean, if that makes any sense. Back in the day, the word when, I don't know, for me personally, back in the day when hearing the word interesting, it usually meant, oh, this is fascinating. This is fascinating. You got me hooked. What's this all about? Nowadays, whenever you hear it, it's usually followed, or it's usually started up with, or it's usually, yeah. It's usually followed by, or it's usually predating the phrase, I find it interesting that, and that's when you know problems are going to be had. So I try not to use interesting anymore because, or at least I try not to use interesting online anymore. If I'm out in the open, I'm going to say interesting all I want. Ain't nobody going to stop me because, well, not really going to change anything. But online, unfortunately, online has kind of tainted the word interesting. For me, anyway. I don't know about anyone else, but for me, I'm looking at it like, you know what? I'm gonna avoid that word. It's usually followed up with a lot of nonsense. All right, so let's catch up with some things. Yes, the Jonkler Moth. Yeah, that one. How goes the arts? Yeah, so far so good. I'm trying to figure out how to draw this, because when I first started it, I'll show you what I mean. Right here, I'm kind of okay with the snout, but I feel like it's a little too big. It's not giving Corgi vibes. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get Corgi. And this ain't quite getting Corgi. So, I'm trying to figure that part out. I made moth memes like that for a couple years now. Ah, that's fair, that's fair. That makes a lot of sense, though. And to be fair, it was pretty funny. I cannot deny that. Oh man, I keep meaning to send you a pic of my alternate model to see how much you charge for rigging it, but I get fruit net brain every time and thought leaves as soon as I think it. I don't blame you there, Sherbert. Honestly, I will say this there. Honestly, I don't know what it is, but I feel like whenever you start, I don't know if this is just streaming or when there's a lot of work to be done, but for me personally, this all started when I started streaming where I couldn't keep track of anything. Like if someone told me, hey, I need you to actually, no, I take it back. This didn't happen just when I started streaming. This has always been a thing for me, but I don't know about anyone else, but for me personally, this has always been a thing where it's like, hey, Lampy, I need you to remember this. Like, don't forget to pick this up. Like, all right, will do. Wait, actually, let me do this properly. All right, will do. And as soon as I go outside, I go pick up everything. I pick up everything I wanted. I picked up everything that was needed. I come back like, all right, I got everything. Like, did you forget so-and-so? Or did you remember to pick up so-and-so? Like, I'll be right back. I kid you not, every time. Like, back in the day. Yeah, actually, yeah, this is a good example. Back in the day, I would always forget two things. Number one thing was always mom's cigarettes. And number two was plain burger. Like, whenever I went to pick up fast food for the family and all that, one of my brothers or somebody in the house would ask, like, okay, don't forget plain. Like, gotcha, will do. I go out there. Not even when I get back. Sometimes even as soon as I walk out of the restaurant, I'm like, all right, I got the food. I forgot to ask plain cheese. And this is like 4 or 5 burgers. I can't just walk back in there and tell them, hey, so I was the guy that ordered like 4 or 5 burgers. Can you make all of them plain? Imagine being that person. I'm like, well, I'm just going to walk back home and I'm just going to walk back home in shame and let them know my mistake. Because I'd rather deal with that than deal with whatever it is that they're waiting on. But if you need help with that there, Sherbert, you either let me know or I can message you later today about the PNG or, you know, about the design of figuring out how to turn it into a model. And I could see, like I said, well, right, also, for those of you that don't know, there is currently yeah, we're currently doing a sale on vgen. Actually, not even just on vgen, we're currently doing a sale on live 2D rigs. You can find out all the information by going to the vgen or going to the socials. And I work with people's budgets, so if you have a budget that you were trying to work with, also for everyone who messaged that I did not respond to yet, do not worry. I have not gotten to those messages. I'm a bit slow on reading messages, but do not worry, I will get to there soon enough. So if I haven't gotten to you yet, do not worry. It's not that I've ignored you. It's that either A, I haven't gotten to that point yet, but I will eventually, or B, I missed it because my brain is the size of a goldfish. But do not worry, I got you. Or at least I will try. Life's holding up? Life's been chaotic. I've heard, like, if I'm correct, I remember, well, I don't know if it's personal to talk about, but I hope that, well, from what I've seen, it sounds like you've been getting better, and I'm glad to hear that, because, yeah, it's been chaotic here. But yeah, I hope things have been, or yeah, I hope, I'm glad to hear that thing, yeah, you know, that you've been recovering and all that good stuff. That's always good. That's always awesome. I talk about the weirdest stuff in the most serious tone possible. That's also true. That's also true. Also, Danger Biscuit. Love the name. Welcome on in. How you be? I hope you're having a good day there, buddy. I like that name, Danger Biscuit. Wait, I just realized what a Danger Biscuit is. That's just a Popeye's biscuit without a drink. For those of you who don't know, there is a joke that goes on about Popeye, or yeah, there's a running joke about Popeye's biscuits. About how they are good, but they are also so dry that if you drink them without, or if you eat them without something to drink, you will literally choke on them and die. So much so that there was even a joke, or yeah, there was even jokes about how to assassinate a person. Give them a Popeye's biscuit, and before they reach for their drink, take that drink away, close the door behind them, and walk out. That's how you you can successfully assassinate a person, is just take them out for Popeye. Yeah, take them out for Popeyes. Wait for them to eat that biscuit. As soon as they start to eat that biscuit, take the drink away, walk out. Just walk away with that drink. That's how you end it. And so, now when I see the name Danger Biscuit, I think of Popeyes. Prove me wrong. Tell me otherwise. Tell me that's not... Tell me Popeye's Biscuits is not a Danger Biscuit. Why do people come here to watch these streams? I'm talking about nonsense. I kid you not. That's what I think to myself every time I turn this on, because I know a lot of people tell me, like, yeah, it's very interesting streams. I like I like your streams. They're very cozy, and I'm sitting here like, so this is how you kill somebody with a Popeye's biscuit. Where's the cozy part now? Yeah. Now let's continue drawing this snoot. All right, let's see. If you need a great rig on a model, Lampy is 100% one to go to for it. Yo, I thank you for the recommendation there, Sherbert. The best way to wash down a Popeye's biscuit is with a McDonald's Sprite. Oh god. Okay, as crazy as it sounds. Okay, yeah, let's be honest. McDonald's. I thought about it for a second. Like, as crazy as it sounds, I'm actually okay with McDonald's. Right. Yeah, no, I take it back. I thought about it. Wow, 39 month streak, ain't that kooky? It is. Wait, Ryu, did you see the... Were you there when I, did the voice thingy? When I put the text to speech? Because I was trying to figure out why on earth it didn't work. But I did it manually. If you didn't hear it the first time, let me know. I'll put it back. All right, let me see. That or hand them an empty cup and then walk out of the room. True, if they don't know that it's empty, they won't get the they won't have the strength or the realization to notice that, yeah, it's too late. All that time they could have taken to get something to drink to wash down that Popeye's biscuit, it's gone. That opportunity has long since left the building, along with your killer. But you know what, folks? That's also another thing. If you're eating Popeyes with someone and the moment you get close to that, actually, if you're eating Popeyes with someone and they walk away while you're eating your food, you know something's wrong. Like, while you're if you're eating the chicken, then they walk on out. Like, that's fine, but don't eat the biscuit yet. If they see, like, if they walk out while you're eating the biscuit, or yeah, while you're reaching for the biscuit, stop. You know something's wrong. Like, if you reach for that biscuit and they're getting ready to walk on out, or they stand up like, well, I gotta get going. Like, why do you gotta leave? Oh, you know, it's a long morning. Yeah, you know, it's a long night, early morning, gotta get to work, you know, all of that. Stay a while. I think you should stay a while. Like, oh, well, you know, no. I think you should take a bite out of that biscuit. Unless your cup is empty too. Although if they showed up with an empty cup, then that means that's already a red flag right there. Like, why'd you show up with an empty cup? Also, thank you for the slow flutter there, Sherbert. All right, let's see. Popeyes are danger biscuits, yes, but they are delicious danger biscuits. Yeah, they're that's the risky part. Like, it's a dangerous task, but that's why people eat them, because those biscuits are still so goddamn good that you're willing to risk death for it. You're willing to die for that biscuit. That's why people still eat those biscuits. The nonsense kind of makes its way into... Oh. The nonsense kind of makes its way into the mind when you're consumed by the lamp. It is also true. It is also true. Speaking of which, where did I put my lamp? Forgot where I put a lot of my stuff. Because I just realized right now. I ain't got no stuff here. No, not that, not that, not that. Yeah, where'd it go? Lamp. That is not lamp. Hold on a minute. I'm gonna find this thing. Oh, that's what happened. Okay, so what I need to do is just stop. There it is. I was wondering where this thing went. Literally just sitting here the whole time like, where on earth did I put that lamp? I found it. There you go. Just gonna toss this sucker right over here. Perfect. As for where everything else went, I'll figure it out later. Anyway, let's get back to the drawing it. But yeah, 39 months, that's almost like 40 months right there. That's wild. Okay, sent the message to you just so it is sent and I don't keep forgetting about it. No worries, and I thank you greatly. I greatly appreciate that. Yeah, I heard the text-to-speech, but always down for replay. Honestly, that's fair, that's fair. You know what? It was 39 months. I think that deserves at least an encore. Where'd I put that encore? And then we're going to get back to the drawing. Alright, one more time. Just because I think it's fun. But yeah, I need to figure out why on earth are the sub messages not working properly.
Stand ready for my arrival, Moth. You were given biddies. You were given subs. You were given more donos than most, and yet I find this barn unprepared for the arrival of our Moth Fleet cult.
Also, for those of you that don't know, that's an Invincible reference. If you haven't seen Invincible, don't worry about it. Oh, But yeah, if you haven't seen Invincible and you're okay with a bit of gore, then I think you should watch it. It's an interesting story. Or it's a fascinating story. If you are a bit squeamish on that, then it's definitely a show you should avoid. Because yeah, this show, that show, they don't hold back their punches. They go all out when it comes to that sort of what's the word for that kind of style? They go all out. And if you're not a fan of that, that is completely fair. Or if, like I said, if you're squeamish of that, that is completely fair. It's probably best to be a show to be avoided. But if you can handle that sort of stuff, I'd recommend it. It's an interesting tale. Especially season 1. Okay, sent you a DM for the PNG idea? Fantastic, fantastic. Can't wait to see what all this stuff is about later. Time waits for no man unless that man is Chuck Norris. Yeah. Because time already knows, like, you gotta wait for Chuck Norris. You don't rush Chuck Norris. Trying to rush Chuck Norris is basically rushing your own time. Because you ain't gonna have a lot of it after that. You know what? I think that was one of the best things that the world had ever created was the Chuck Norris jokes. Every single one of those jokes. Like the one about... I'm pretty sure we all heard about the one about the cobra that bit Chuck Norris. If you haven't, you let me know, and I'll mention what that joke's all about. I'm trying to think. I think there's like I'm pretty sure there's got to be some sort of... I'm pretty sure there's some sort of web page that just has all the Chuck Norris jokes listed somewhere. Just every single one of them just listed in one spot. Like, y'all remember the Chuck Norris jokes? No? Or you're about to learn today. Oh, speaking about learn today. Well, okay, maybe not learn today, but I was gonna mention. So, how I've been doing, I forgot to explain all of that. Wasn't the joke was once the... Yup, indeed, that was the joke. Like, Chuck Norris was once bitten by a deadly venomous snake. And after several grueling and agonizing days... after several grueling and agonizing days, the snake eventually died. Those jokes were so prevalent that they even made it into a movie. Okay, they didn't turn the jokes into a movie, but one of those jokes made it into a Hollywood movie. It was The Expendables. And if you've been on this channel long enough, you would know that I watched The Expendables, and I've mentioned the development of how I started watching it, and I was not a big fan of it. I thought it was rather boring the first time around and pointless. Until the second movie, when I realized I've been watching this movie the wrong way the whole time. This is an action movie. This is an action star movie about all the old classic action stars from back in the day. You're not supposed to care if there's a plot. You're not here for the plot. You're just here for the spectacle. Also, Potatoes, welcome on in. How you be? Hope you're having a good day there, buddy. Let's give a shout out to Potatoes. Folks, go check out the Potatoes. If you're a fan of the Fortnites, go check out Potatoes. I don't know why, I just like saying potatoes. Anyway. We're gonna get back to the line art and stuff here. And always remember, folks, when it comes to your, when it comes to sketches, or when it comes to working on art and stuff, just remember this. There's a reason why you start off with a sketch. Okay, you don't have to start off with a sketch, but a sketch is a good way to start things off. Because it lets you be free. It lets you draw it as scuffily as you want. Make it as messed up and as uncleanly and all sketch. Well, again, case in point, that's why it's called a sketch. Make it as scuffed up as you want it to be without having to worry about all the fine little details behind it. So when you get to the line art, that is when you clean things up based off of the outline, or yeah, basically based off of the blueprint that you made with your sketch. Granted, it's going to take a bit of time. It might take a little bit of finagling. Once you get the idea in mind, boom, that's when you have everything all set. I don't know what I just said. Don't worry about it. Okay, well, not entirely. I kind of know what I just said. That last part was just rambling, but for the most part, you work on the sketch. You don't worry about the little details. Just get the idea in mind. Don't shoot for perfection when it comes to the sketch. Or else you're going to be there all day. And you don't want to be there all day, because the line art is going to have you being there all day. As you could clearly tell. Line art is where we got to sit here for a good while. Now let's add the second part. Let's add a little bit of scruff to the bottom of the chin. Add that part of the face. There we go. Yeah, I think that gives a little more of a Corgi look. Maybe? Let me see. Corgi, what do you look like? Like a derp. So you know what? Close enough. I think this might work. We just got to make this dog look like a derp now is all. Put that upside down triangle for the nose. We might need to zoom in on this a little bit more because the nose didn't come out all that bad. It's just that it got a little wiggly. We don't want all those little wiggles for the line art. If this were a sketch, like I said before, if this were the sketching phase, a little wiggle would not have been a problem. But since this ain't the sketching phase, we got to add that. We got to zoom in a little bit so we can get that clean, smooth line. Boom. There we go. That's the nose. We're also going to zoom in on this part a little bit. Put the bottom half of the mouth. Add them chompers. How to catch that earphone from falling to the ground, because that's the last thing you would want. Oh, right. I was talking about what I've been doing. Right. So, Sunday I had to take a break because I needed to think about some things. And I really needed to focus on a couple of background projects, which I got a good number of that stuff done. I got the showcase videos ready for some of the previous models I worked on. I got a lot of the emote stuff. Or yeah, showcases for the emotes, showcases for previous plushie models. Some brainstorming for some other projects, updating the vgen a little bit more. There was a lot that I did on Sunday. Finished off one of the finished off an emote commission for somebody. I think that was either earlier today or it was Sunday. I can't quite remember. It was no. It was yesterday. Or technically earlier today. It was like early in the morning. I got all of that done. I got the little model figure that's going to be coming in soon. I got that one shipped out. Or I got that one on the way. Basically. I don't know if that makes any sense. Long story short, there's a little figure, a little lampy figure on the way. I need to check it out as a sample. I'm going to see what that's all about. I'm going to see how it goes, see how it looks. And if I can, I'm going to see if I could get a batch of 10, put them on the Etsy, or, give them out during, give them out as giveaway incentives, that sort of thing. All of that crazy stuff. Chuck Norris skipped 2 days of school, and those days were called Saturday and Sunday. It didn't matter what time of the week it was. Like, well, everybody, good luck with Monday. Chuck Norris decides to skip that day. Well, it's Saturday again. Also, what on earth is this part? Oh, wait, no. I remember what this part is. Okay, I understand. How'd I forget my own sketch? Well, it's been a couple days. There we go, that spot should be good. That spot should be there. Oh, that also reminds me. So, there's also this Yu-Gi-Oh pack that I wanted. The only problem is rent. Which is funny, because this month I looked at it and I started realizing, okay, I need to set up a sale. Because I need to get those commissions going on or out the door. And literally yesterday was when my brother tells me, yeah, you remember those that Blue Eyes deck you were talking about? Yeah, they're available at Target now. Like, you want me to pick up some? And I'm like, why did it have to be now? Like, literally a month or two ago, this would have been fine. But now, why did it have to be now? Watch. As soon as, watch, I bet you, once finances are stabilized and I can actually, or I actually have enough to just, spoil myself for something, that's when the cards are going to be gone again. I know it. Like, without fail. Oh, speaking of which, that also reminds me. Well, I already talked about the Nintendo, but, yeah. Oh, right. There was also the other thing, like, John mentioned, like, that they were, how do I put it? For security and privacy reasons, I'm not going to say any names, but someone did mention earlier that, or messaged me earlier talking about how, they're just trying to get, what's it called? Friend codes from Nintendo for when the Switch 2 comes out. I'm like, yeah, I didn't tell them this, but I'm skipping the Switch 2. I can't afford that thing. Like, even if I wanted a Switch 2, which I did want a Switch 2, there's so many games on that, I'm like, I can't pay this. Like $500 for just the console by itself. Anyway, technically $500 for the console and Mario Kart. Although I doubt I doubt the deluxe pack is going to be available. Well, okay, let me explain that one. I know the deluxe pack is going to be available all around the world, for the most part, but I know full well getting that deluxe pack for the Switch, you know we're going to have a scalper problem for that Switch too. It happened with the PlayStation, I'm pretty sure it's going to happen to the Switch. I could be wrong though, but you never know. Yu-Gi-Oh! Products in your throne, easy solution. Okay. You know what? You're not wrong on that one there, Reed. There's just one small problem. Okay, I'm gonna actually have to see about that one, because granted, I wouldn't mind the idea of just putting Yu-Gi-Oh! Packs on the... I wouldn't mind putting Yu-Gi-Oh! Packs on the throne sometime in the future. Because there is like two ideas I was thinking of. But there's like two different... Yeah, there's two ideas I was thinking of with that, but there was also two different issues that I was realizing. And issue number 1 was, and this is actually for a lot of the Throne things, especially when I first started out, when I was looking at all the Throne stuff, I was like, wait, why am I putting all these things on the Throne? I mean, I know that they're supposed to be gifts, but I'm also realizing, where am I going to find the space to put all this stuff? I should only put what is absolutely necessary for the streams. I shouldn't just put a bunch of random stuff here. Now, with the Yu-Gi-Oh thing, as I was mentioning before, that's what I thought at first, and then realized, what if I just gave most of those Yu-Gi-Oh cards away? Like, if there's a Yu-Gi-Oh pack, just open those packs and just give out the cards to, you know, contributors, subscribers, all that sort of stuff. People that supported the channel, just open packs and send those packs to folks that contributed to the channel if they feel, or if they are interested in some of those cards. And honestly, I feel like that would still be a pretty cool idea. The other issue that I'm seeing with a couple of those cards to put on the Throne, especially the Blue Eyes pack, is they are usually overpriced online. If I can find them at a reasonable price offline, or if I could find them at a reasonable price online, then yeah, I'd definitely do that. But if it's like the Blue Eyes deck, most of the time they're online, they're usually like around, what, $20 for a $11 pack for a deck. Like, you know what? Let me get back to this later. Let me come back to this at another time, a better time. But I still want to do that idea, though. I still like the idea of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Pack pulls. So I'm still considering that option. Alright. I doubt the Switch 2 will be available in the US for less than $600. Yeah, okay. Honestly, I feel like in the US, how do I put it? If you can actually find it at a retail store, I feel like you might be able to find it for $500. If you could find it at a retail store. The only problem is, I feel like everyone else, okay, not everyone else, the scalpers in particular, those that decide, I know a lot of people want this, so I'm going to buy all of these up and then sell them for a much higher price. I feel like those are the folks that are going to make it difficult to find one at the regular price. That's where the main issue is. Again, like the PS5. So, hopefully though, hopefully I'm wrong. But even then, looking at that price, like even then, even at retail value, I'm like, you know what? Let me know when this console dies out. Let me know, and when I say dies out, I mean, let me know when this console gets old. Let me know when it gets old and nobody cares anymore. That's when I'll pick one up. Let me try to, well, actually, I don't know any other consoles that have been doing that recently. But I don't even think the Switch has gone down in price. How old or how much is the Switch nowadays? Is that thing still like $300? Or did the Switch finally come down to like 200, 150? I doubt it's ever going to be like 150. Not anytime soon. Maybe not even ever. Considering how retro gaming has become, I feel like we've gotten to, you never know, we might have actually gotten to a point where, you know, it may not be worth a lot, or it's going to be worth a lot now, but it's going to be worth even more as the years go by, because then nobody's going to want that console. And since nobody wants that console, it no longer exists anywhere. And those that do want that console will be looking at it at a very high valuable price. Again, as ironic as it sounds, nobody wants this console. That's why it's not around. But those that do want this console will pay a pretty penny for it. So therefore, this console might be very expensive because nobody wants it. Or because nobody has it. Or something along those lines. You know what I mean. Yeah, I'm gonna have to hold off on it too. I'd like to get it for Pokemon Legends ZA, but I'm gonna need to save money for it and get lucky. Yeah, that's my worry on it. Who knows? Like I said, I could be wrong. Maybe they'll be all over the place like the Switch 1 was. Because when you look at the Switch 1, very easy to get a hold of. Very accessible. It's just the And when you look at the Xbox One, Xbox Series X, whichever one's the new Xbox, if I'm correct, that one came out relatively, like, nobody needed a scalp for that one. Or no one needed to look for that one. You could just get the Xbox, like, no problem. Same with the Switch. So who knows? Maybe the Switch too will be like that. All right, let's see. Depends on if you wait. First wave will get scalped despite their anti-scalping measures. But once demand dies down, they will likely fall back to their advertised 450. True. And welcome back there, potatoes. Also, ads start in about 10 seconds. Good luck, folks. But yeah, you know what? You're not wrong. Maybe it'll be like that. Maybe it'll be like first few waves, you're not going to get it anytime soon. Unless you're really, really lucky. And then after that, they're just in retail stores like it's nobody's business. And then that's when you swoop in. If you can afford 450, then you just swoop in. Although to be fair, that's how I got my Switch. Which, you want to know what's funny about the Switch one? I actually told the person that wanted to add me as a friend on Switch. I was like, yeah, I could, but fair warning. Like, yeah, I'll add you on the Switch, but fair warning. I haven't played it since whenever that year that Suika game came out. You know, the one where you have to, the puzzle game with the fruits? I haven't played the Switch since then. It's literally sitting right next to me, and I haven't played it since then. It's been years or so. And I'll be honest, unless something really... Okay, actually, yeah, no, I was gonna say, unless something pops up out of nowhere that gives me the reason to hop onto this game, I think it's still just going to be collecting dust from this point forward. And I thought to myself, well, Breath of the Wild is right there. And then I realized, wait, I have Breath of the Wild on the Wii U. So technically, I've played the Wii U more than I've ever played the Switch. I don't know what that says about me. Because I know a lot of people look at it like the Wii U. Nobody plays the Wii U. Apparently, I played the Wii U. I don't know how to feel about that. Although, to be fair, I will say, there was a couple of games on the Wii U that caught my attention. That's why I picked it up, because there was, like, Zombie U. That's about it. That's not true. There was also Breath of the Wild. Could have been better. But it was entertaining for what it was until the end, and then I realized, yeah, I don't think I'm picking this up. Funny enough, actually my brother mentioned this once where they mentioned that playing Breath of the Wild, they enjoyed it. They don't expect to go back to it. And I'm thinking, I don't know what it was for me, but when I finished Breath of the Wild, I was like, I don't lie, this kind of sucked. Which, by the way, no hate, or yeah, how do I put this? No judgment on those that like Breath of the Wild. I don't blame you. It's just me personally. I look back on it like, there is a lot to be desired. It's not a bad game. Not as great as everyone says it is, but it's also not a bad game. Like, I wouldn't sit here and say this was a horrible game, no one should ever play it. No. It's just, I don't know. I felt like it could have added more. I'm never going to sit here and say, you should never play Breath of the Wild because of this and that and here and there. Like, no, if you haven't played it, it's still a fun experience. Just, I don't know. There was just more to be desired is all. What was I talking about again? Oh, right. We were talking about the Switch 2. I want that Bloodborne game. God, I want that Bloodborne game. You get to turn into a dinosaur. And before anyone says anything, trust me, if you played any of the Souls games, you know full well that if somebody, especially if you played Elden Ring, if somebody does something in that game, chances are you too can do that something in that game. If somebody rolls on in with a special ability, a special weapon, something something of any kind, chances are that's available to you. Especially if we're talking about Elden Ring. I'm not going to say too many details because, again, I'm playing that I'm playing that on Thursdays. Which also reminds me, I need to postpone that again. There's a couple things that need to be done in the background before I could hop back into Elden Ring again. Or hop back into the Elden Ring streams again. Gotta take care of a couple of things. So, don't worry about that there, folks. We will be back to the Elden Ring streams on Thursdays in a week or 3. I want to say a week or 3. Maybe even 2 weeks. I'm not 100% certain. Also, this whisk is confusing me. I lost track of where everything was. These lines. How many lines? All these lines. All these squares make a circle. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Don't worry about it. Okay, so we got that part. I'm going to zoom out a little bit more so I could get a better look at these things. Put that there. Put that part there. I'm going to get a little lazy. You know what? I got an idea. I'm actually going to go back to this point. And erase all of this. Because what we need to do is just put these points like so. Overlap them a little bit, just a little bit. So where it feels like these, they're all crumpled together a bit, if you will. Very crumpled together. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. That one, going back to it, since I was talking about that Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, about Yu-Gi-Oh cards and incentives and all of that, and like, doing some pack openings and giving those cards away to hoarders and all of that stuff, it also made me think about a couple of things that this one's been boggling my mind for a good minute now. And that happens to be trying to figure out okay, how do I put it? So, I've been thinking about this one for a minute, and I tried it once before, and it didn't really pan out all that well. But because of that, it also made me start to think, how do I build up incentive? Okay, let me try to explain the incentive thing that I mentioned before, because I'm not talking about what I was doing before. That would work just fine. But there was something I did way, way, way back when, where the incentive was anyone who subscribed, I would, add a point chart, or I would have a point chart for everyone who subscribed within the month, or gift subbed in the month, or, supported in some sort of way in the month. I apologize that I'm talking about all this stuff. It was just a lot of the things that I've been trying to figure out over the past couple days. And I'm trying to think about it, because what I used to do back then was, or I tried this at least once, which was whenever anyone supported, I would, mark that in a notebook. And at the end of the month, I would let those people know, I would let everybody know, this is how many points you got. this is what you can do with those points. You can either get a full art, a sketch, a doodle of any kind of your choice, but at the same time, that also required me, messaging everybody directly, and I don't know if anybody wanted to be messaged directly for that. And I was worried that that might even deter people from doing something. That might even steer people away, and I don't want to do that. So I started thinking about it, like, what else could I possibly do? So I basically shut down that idea for a while until I could figure something else out. But in the meantime, I've been trying to figure out, what on earth could I do for individuals that, what can I do what can I do based off of individual support rather than the whole big group support? Because I'm still going to do the whole big group support thing. But what could I do for the individuals that support that doesn't feel intrusive in a way? And that one's been racking my brain for a minute. Like, I already got the chart down for how many determine what I do. The only problem is the only problem I'm trying to figure out now is what could be done. Something that isn't too personal, shows my gratitude, won't take too much time, and also won't, like I said before, also won't bother people. Like, there was a lot of factors that I was looking into it. Like, one, I don't want it to, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want it to interrupt the streams. But I also don't want it to feel like, oh, hey, yeah, or thank you. Anyway, I wanted it to mean something. But I also don't want it to, again, I don't want it to be something where I have to message the person or let them know, hey, here you go, like, this option is for you, and they're, and it's like, again, like I said, I don't want it to be like, if I do that, someone's worried, like, I probably would support, but I don't want them bugging me, so I'm just gonna hide away in the corner here, which is also completely fine, but I also don't want you to feel pressured into anything like that either, or, like, you have to deal with this if you do something. I'm like, how do I avoid that? There's a lot of factors that I looked into, and all of it is confusing, and I haven't found a solution yet, but I'm trying to figure it out. I'll figure something out. I just need to, sit back, just sit, go for a walk, do something, and just sit there and just figure this out, like, I'm gonna need some thinking grenades. Thank God for Family Guy sometimes. Alright, let's see. Lampy, the dedicated Dead Space Souls-like Echo the Dolphin streamer. Yeah, I should play Echo the Dolphin again. I've only beaten Tides of Time. I haven't beaten the first one yet. I need to jump back into that game. I love the memes of Duskbloods. Look, it's Bloodborne 2. It looks like Bloodborne, but for legal reason. Oh, look, it's Bloodborne 2. It looks like Bloodborne, but for legal reasons, it is distinct and separate from Bloodborne. Let's all get Bloodborne 2. Yeah, let's all get the Bloodborne 2 look-alike. Legally distinct, it is not. Yeah. I mean, yeah, technically. I mean, let's be honest. Like, again, for anyone who's played Bloodborne, we all know there's some red tape in the background that we don't know about, and we'll never know about. But we do know this. We're not allowed to call it Bloodborne, but let's be honest. It's totally Bloodborne. I mean, they mentioned blood, they mentioned the moon. They haven't mentioned a single word of grace or souls. This is definitely Bloodborne. Like, without fail, this is Bloodborne. And you know what? I want it. I want the crazy, totally not Bloodborne game where you get to turn into a dinosaur and have a jetpack. I want all of that. And it would be I mean, as people were saying too about Bloodborne, totally not Bloodborne 2. They even followed the path of Bloodborne by making it an exclusive. As far as I know, Bloodborne is owned by Sony, and it is FromSoft giving Sony the middle finger because Sony won't let them make a sequel. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I know that it's owned by Sony and FromSoft, but since they both have ownership of the game, one can't make it without the other, and so they're kind of stuck. And so the only solution is make something similar, but not call it that. Therefore, technically, it's Bloodborne. But but for all legal reasons, it's not. And I'm okay with that. So long as we don't get another Mighty Number 9 situation. I heard about the background stuff about that one. I was like, oh, yeah. Although to be fair, this is FromSoft. FromSoft has a record of making good games. All the Souls games that they have. Armored Core. So I don't think this will be... Obviously, this ain't going to be a Mighty Number 9 situation because... Yeah, Mighty Number 9, yeah. That was technically... I mean, granted, the person had a lot of credibility behind them, but they also didn't have the studio behind them. So, yeah. And then you find out that their credibility kind of tanked after 9. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, they got too ambitious. That's from what I've saw from the history of that game, they got too ambitious. All right, let's see. Sony, it's my IP and it's my right to do nothing with it. Yeah. Again, I feel like it's one of those things. Who knows? Maybe this is all just speculation at this point, but who knows? Maybe it was a little bit of both. Like maybe FromSoft wanted to do something. Sony said no. Sony wanted to do something. FromSoft said no. Never know. I will say this. If there is any game that has been gone for God knows how long that ever gets a sequel, Bloodborne is... I feel like Bloodborne would be the only game where if they said after all these years we're finally getting a sequel, I think that would be the only one I would be excited for. Because any other game nowadays that... If I find out that there's a classic game that I played years ago and someone says, guess what? It's getting a sequel. I'm gonna be worried. Like, if Legacy of Kain, if they ever said Legacy of Kain was getting a sequel, a continuation to the story, I'd be very, very worried. If they said we were getting Dead Space 4, I would be very, very worried. If we were getting Resident... Well, yeah, Resident Evil doesn't count. What other game am I thinking of that... I'm trying to think, what other game is there that hasn't gotten a continuation in ages? That could be seen as a big deal. Okay, actually, no, I take it back. Metroid Prime 4 is another game where if they said, we're finally getting the sequel to this game, like, it's about time, let's go. And I know Metroid Prime has been revealed, so I'm like, it's about time. Why is it $90? Or is it $80? one of those two prices. Either way, I'm looking at it like, why is it gotta be so expensive? I'm pretty sure there's a lot of reasons behind it, but no, I'm not paying this. I'm not paying this. I don't wanna. I think I said, I think I actually said this to one of my brothers, like, or maybe I even said this on stream, I don't know. But, okay, so for someone, or yeah. Actually, no, I said this to one of my brothers, I think. When I heard about the prices of the Nintendo stuff, I was like, you know what? I kind of want to play Power World again, just to spite them. Hey, perfect timing. Yo, Dig, welcome on in. How you be? I hope you're having a good day there, buddy. Let's give a shout out to Dig. If you haven't checked out Key Dig a Dig, I highly recommend that you do. Very funny stream over there, and everybody stopping by. Hi, my name is Lampy, small-time illustrator, full-size moth. I do a lot of drawing streams, occasional gaming streams, and sometimes some live 2D rigging streams. And today is one of those drawing streams. Today, I'm currently working on the line art for a Cam the Corgi project. I hope you all enjoy your day. I hope you all enjoy your stay. And if you gotta take care of things, go take care of those things. Never feel bad about writing and running, because that's what raids are all about. But if you decide to stick around, I greatly appreciate that. I hope you enjoy your stay. And how was the Star Rail? I hope it went well. Upcoming soon, Risk of Rain 3, but it's a new 6v6 hero shooter. Oh my god, no. Don't put that on Risk of Rain 2. Don't put that on Risk of Rain. Don't make it Overwatch again. No. I swear to god, if they make Risk of Rain 3, what you just said right there, Ryu, I'm gonna do two things. One, I'm never playing Risk of Rain 2 again, and two, I'm banning you. For those of you that don't know, that last part's a joke. Maybe. Like, you don't dare ruin Risk of Rain 2 for me like this. But yeah, don't worry, that one's a joke. But here's hoping they don't. I know you rarely do this, but I hope that... Oh, let's see. I know I rarely do this, but I hope they do that I hope they do that out of spite. Oh, come on. You know what? Yeah, it kind of... Yeah, stopping by. Welcome on in there, Kim. Folks, go check out Kim. They do 3D art. They do all sorts of stuff. They play a good variety of games. And they're the ones that's making the 3D figure. So if you want to see the 3D, if you want to know who makes the 3D models and who makes the 3D figures, that's them over there. Go check them out. I highly recommend that you do. I was playing SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated. Then got on Honkai Star Rail for Castorus. Who's Castorus? Oh, fair. Got her? Nice. Congratulations on getting the Castorus. Castorus. I don't know. Every time I see Cast, I just think of a Yu-Gi-Oh monster called Catastor. I'm like, wait, no, wrong name. That ain't even close. But yeah, congratulations there, Dig. That's awesome to hear. That is awesome to see. And always good to know that you got that you won that gotcha. Or yeah, that you didn't lose the 50-50. That's what matters. Not losing the 50-50. But I will say one thing. I suppose it is a smart move of Nintendo to put all of those longs, or how do I put it? As much as I hate to say it, it was a smart move of Nintendo to put all of those games, literally pick up every single game that everyone has ever wanted for God knows how many years. For like over a decade now, and just decided, okay, we're gonna need to up the price on our Nintendo. What? The fans are gonna go insane. You think anyone's actually gonna buy this? No. But I know what they will buy. And then boom, that's when they put all of the big names, all of the long since desired games. Metroid Prime, Hollow Knight, Bloodborne 2. I forgot, there was another game that people were clamoring for, but those are the main three that I remember that was anyone who was waiting for those games just depicted themselves as clowns. And you know what? I will say this, I'm gonna miss the meme of Silk Song. At least we still have GTA 6. But yeah, I'm gonna miss the Silk Song memes. I'm gonna miss those times where they're just like, Silk Song's gonna pop up this time, I know it. They're gonna reveal Silk Song, right? It's gonna pop up any minute now. Any minute now. I'm gonna miss those days. Those were great. Okay, maybe not for those that were waiting for Silk Song, but for those that were connoisseurs of memes, or just appreciators of memes, those were some great times. Same thing with Bloodborne 2. However, I was a bigger Bloodborne 2 fan, so I was like, you know what? I'm actually more so glad that it's finally over. Devil's advocate. As much as the console and games are ridiculously high for Switch 2, at least they're still anti-AI. Oh, they are? You know what? Fair. Still a lot of money, though. That's still the one thing, like, as much as I would like to say, yeah, as much as I would like to sit there and say and support, like, yeah, down with AI, that's still a lot of money, though. Like, you know what? I'm just gonna wave the flag from the I'm just gonna wave the flag from afar, like, yeah, you get them. Because I can't afford Switch. Like I said, I can't afford those prices. Barely afford rent. Yo, Alice, welcome on in. How you be? Hope you're having a good day there, buddy. Let's give a shout out to Alice. If you haven't checked them out, I highly recommend that you do. Really funny streams over there. I want to say it's a half and half. Sometimes it's high energy. Sometimes it's chill. Actually, it's both in the same stream, actually. If you've seen their, whatchamacallits, Slime Rancher streams, then you know what I'm talking about. Although, to be fair, that's also Slime Rancher. Slime Rancher is one of those games where they say it's chill, but... Good lord, the mess they put you through. But like I said, as I told someone else before when they said, like, yeah, Slime Rancher, it could definitely be very, very tricky. It's still a chill game, but yeah, it could definitely put some anxiety on you. I'm like, yeah. Although, to be fair, my entire ranch is full of explosions and radiation. And then they looked at me like, oh yeah, that could explain the anxiety. Yeah, that makes sense. And yeah, that's mostly the reason why it's why Slime Rancher is a stressful one. I mean, I don't think anyone could find a bunch of explosions peaceful for the most part. All right, let's see. Morning. Been sleeping on and off all day. You know what? That's honestly fair. I don't know what it is today, but today's a very sleepy day. I almost canceled today because I was like, oh, yeah, no, I said I was going to stream today. I mean, it is Tuesday. I got to keep with consistency. No matter how much I want to just pass out right now, I need to stick with consistency. Plus, there's some things I needed to talk about. I don't know how I'm going to figure it out, but there were some things that needed to be talked about. So I'm going to sit here and I'm going to talk about them. I also need to set up some of those promotionals later down the road. So yeah, I got to be here. All right, let's see. Feeling not the best. Bad day. Had to cancel stream, but getting better. Fair. I'm sorry to hear that, but that is completely understandable. You do what you got to do. I hope you get some rest. I hope things get better. Yeah, I hope things get better, in all honesty. Like, that's the best I could really say, is that here's hoping. You got this, I believe. And yeah, when you're not feeling your best, that's usually a sign like, yeah, time to take a break. Come back a little later. Come back to it another time. Rika is cool though. What's Rika? I may have seen it. I don't know. Yo, Lampy, how are you doing? I hope you've been doing well and getting some proper sleep. Sleep? Maybe. I don't know. But I have been doing pretty well. I've been in talks with some folks about future projects. I got the... Oh, right. Well, I'm not sure if I ever mentioned this, but just to be safe. So I finally got all the stuff ready. The animations, the live 2D stuff, the animations, all of that, it's finally done. It's finally set. There's no more changes, even though there were parts and moments where I was like, I should change that, or you know what would be a great idea? And then I just stopped myself like, nope, no more great ideas. No more. We're done. This is it. I finished. We're leaving it alone. I'm just gonna go and figure out when is a good day to set everything up. When is a good day? Oh yeah, that actually reminds me. So, folks, since you're all here, I just thought about something. I might want to test something out right quick. What is this for? Don't worry about it. Completely unrelated to a special event stream, but I want to try something. A little bit of an experiment, if you will. Because this will help me range in numbers. And do not worry, folks. If you continue lurking, do your thing. You don't have to say any words. But I do want to test something out. And if you would like to participate, feel free to do so. Because I got an idea. I'm going to put a poll up for 1 minute. I'm going to pull up the poll for 1 minute. What are these numbers all about? Do not worry about the numbers. I just want you to click on them as fast as you possibly can. For the whole minute. Like, as soon as it pops up, click and vote on any of the two numbers that pop up. Doesn't matter which number that pops up, just click and vote on that as fast as you possibly can. And I want to see something. So I'm going to set up the new poll. I'm just going to call it 1. And then we're just going to put 1 as one response, 2 or 1 as the other response. And we're going to actually keep it to where you can click on this and vote on it as many times as you like. As many times as we want. Yeah, basically, just click on it as many times as you like. You could click on it once. You could click on it until the timer runs out. Just click on these two numbers. And I want to see something. I want to test something out. All right, I'm going to start the poll in a couple seconds. I'm going to start it right about now. All right, the poll is up. Vote on that as many times as you possibly can. I want to see something. Now, does it matter which one you vote for? No, but I definitely want to see something. I definitely want to test something out right here. So everyone who's there, vote on it as many times as you can. Push that button as crazily as you possibly can. You don't even have to mention anything. Just push that button until that minute mark ends. I want to see something. All right, so we got 55. No, wait, we got 68 on number 2. We got 71 on number 1. All right, we got 71 on 1. We got 88 on 1. We got 88 on 2. We got 98 on 1. We're trying to figure this out. I ain't wasting my points for my Lampy Made Redeem. I see through your trickery. Well, technically, it's not that. Although I didn't realize that until you mentioned it. Like, oh, that's a pretty interesting idea. But no. This is for something else. This is for something big. All right. Let me see something here now. I want to see how many points on something. Let me see this right quick. View results. I want to see what's going on here. All right, sweet. All right, okay, so I see. All right. I can't say what these numbers were all about yet. I can't say what these points were all about. But I see the numbers, I see the results, And this definitely helped me figure something out. I wish I could explain more, but you'll find out when the model reveal pops up. You'll understand what all of that was about. That's kind of fun. Oh, if you thought that was fun now, wait till the model reveal. Wait till the boss fight pops up. That is when things are going to get very, very interesting. Trust me. I think someone brought up the ideas while I was trying to brainstorm for the boss fight, and someone brought this up, and I was like, okay, that sounds pretty cool. I got an idea with that. Maybe I could figure something out with that. And as we got I tried to get 2 to win. That's fair. That's fair. Honestly, I will tell you this. The vote didn't matter. The number of votes did. As that is the main goal that I was aiming for. Like, let's see how many people can add to this number. And I see, and I understand. And that is going to be very, very helpful for ranging what sort of numbers I got to drop in. I wound up clicking outside the box and not realizing it till a couple seconds later. That's honestly fair. This is good to see. This is good to see. Well indeed. Well. Went from 0.3k, or yeah, 3.3k to 3.2k. See, it's not even that big of a loss either. But yeah, I know that feel like when you're trying to click as fast as you can and like, oh, wait, too far. Go back. But yeah, this is going to be interesting. I'm going to look at the results later today and try to figure something out. I'm still at 29k. See, there you go. And Ryu's freaking out over nothing. I went from 58.6 to 58.5. See? Yeah, that's a lot of points right there. But yeah, it's there's a lot of folks that have been hanging around here for a good while. And I appreciate each and every one of them. But yeah, from what I saw, the range is around between 120 to 80. So I want to say on an average is about 100 clicks per minute. So that is very good to know. About 100 clicks per minute. On average. I ain't wasting my small amount of 146 points. The small amount, they say. You know, the funniest part is Ryu could have redeemed that. Ryu's able to redeem that cursed redeem and still have plenty of points left over. And they're still sitting there like, nah, I'm gonna keep all these points. I'm gonna keep all these points. Doesn't matter. I like to lurk and gather points. I want to redeem that Lampy art piece eventually. That's fair, and I greatly appreciate that. And yeah, that's also why I'm trying to finish these off so we could actually put those as an option again. Because yeah, them points are ridiculous sometimes. Or what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, what is the word I'm looking for? I guess that kind of is what I'm looking for. Mostly, yeah, trying to from what I've learned, that's why I kind of put a hold on that for a minute, because I thought, hey, you know what? Art redeems, if I just put them at a lot of points, it'll be fine, right? Yeah, no, people saved up a lot, and then they all just dropped them at the same time, and so then I was like, yeah, I'm gonna need to try something else. I am gonna need to try something else, figure out how I can get this back on track. Alright. Lampy art redeem? Okay, so there was a redeem way back in the day. It's kind of locked at the moment because I'm still working on them. But there was a thing where someone could redeem an art piece, whether it be a sketch art, a line art, depending on all of that. Also, because for some reason it's bugged, we're going to have to do this manually. Do not worry, I got you.
And to help support Lampy and gather those points, I can resub.
And thank you for the 4 months there, Umbra. I greatly appreciate it. And that's why we got to get the art redeems. Well, that's why we got to finish off these art redeems so we could get them back. But basically, the art redeem was that if someone earned enough points, they could redeem that and get an art piece from Lampy. Granted, since it was an art redeem and not a commission, I would normally take some liberties. Granted, it is still based off of what you requested, but I tend to take some liberties on it. But always remember, when it's commission, it is entirely based off of what you want. But when it's an art redeem, I'm like, all right, let me see. Let me try this. Hey, what do you think of this idea? I think this would be funny. But yeah, I had to slow that one down because I couldn't keep up. I mean, heck, look at these. I added the art redeem, or yeah, there was a time where we reached the goal and I put the art redeems back, and you want to know what happened? I only put 2 art redeems. Those ones just flew off the shelf. Like the day I decided, okay, we're gonna add 2 art redeem slots for anyone who is fast enough to pick those up, they picked them up for like flash fire. And you want to know what's crazy about all of that? I am just now getting to them. That's why I didn't put them up that's why I didn't put them up as an option for a while now, because I knew I can't put them up as an option until I finish these ones. And I need to finish these ones. So that's why, since I don't have too many project obligations, I finally got the big project out of the way. Finally time to come back to this and finish these off. We finally get this down the road. And there goes my earphone. Yeah. Also, if anyone, also, as I was saying before, I wanted to do something like, I wanted to do something for, like, those that give subs or give bits. And if anybody has any suggestion ideas of what I could do, where I could do something for those folks without pestering them, if anybody has like a simple solution to that or a simple incentive, feel free to toss all the suggestions either here or in the Discord, and I will look those over, because like I said, I want to give something back to those that sub or drop bits, especially to those that drop bits. I want to give something back. But I also don't want to message them and tell them, hey, guess what? You got this. I don't want to do that part. Have a great night, y'all. All right, you go get that sleep there, Mr. Wilkes. And I thank you for stopping by. I greatly appreciate it. I hope you have a good night, a better tomorrow, and a great week. You take care now there, friend. All right, that's cool. I'd probably use it for a friend, to be honest. That's honestly fair. And that's, honestly, that is also an option when it comes to them. All right, let's see. I'm trying to fix it for... Oh, let's see. I'll probably use it for a friend. I'm trying to fix it for a friend and use as a reference. Oh, I see. That's understandable. And thank you for the hydrate there, Small Biscuit. Wait, Small Biscuit? Danger Biscuit? There's a lot of biscuits. The number of times I've seen a name that has biscuit in its name, I'm like, there's a lot of biscuits out here. And I appreciate each and every one of you biscuits. Never enough biscuits? That's true. Never enough biscuits. Just have something to drink with all those biscuits is all. Thank you for the quack. Oh, welcome on in there, Not Evil. How you be? I hope you're having a good day there, buddy. Let's give a shout out to Not Evil. If you haven't checked them out, I highly recommend that you do. It's a very funny time over there. It can be chill, and they can be a gremlin. It's usually a chill gremlin. Honestly, both. Go check them out when you get the chance. And thank you for the stretch there, Umbra. Yeah. And the posture check. Yeah. All right, let me see. I know English. That's okay, I don't. Sing them a song. Good point. I just sing them a song like, thank you for the bits. I'ma spend it on cards. No, I'm gonna spend it on rent. Or the Lampy plushies. Actually, both. Alright, let's see. I do like the bit emotes. And I'm glad that you do. Oh, that also reminds me, I need to make a third bit emote. I think there's like a third spot that I have not filled yet, so I need to put an emote in that spot. I just, like, there's a third chair that is empty, and I need to put an emote in that chair. Hey, Lampy, can I ask you what problems you see in an AI profile picture? I'm trying to fix it for a friend to use as a reference. That's a tricky one, because, honestly, AI images are becoming more and more difficult to spot. I mean, granted, I'll definitely say, like, there's definitely a feel behind it. Like, you could definitely tell an AI image based off of just the image alone. Like, there's a style behind it that definitely gives off, like, no, a person didn't draw this. But it's becoming more and more difficult because before it was just, look at the hands, look at the shading, look at the small, minute details, because the small and minute details look like, they look like mush. And I don't mean small, minute details like background parts. I mean, like, if someone's wearing, like, a pendant or something, and that pendant is supposed to be intricate, and you look at that intricate pendant, and none of it looks like it makes any sense at all. Also, last but not least, if you see an image, I will definitely tell you this much. If you've seen someone working on art, because I know one person that made this mistake, and this is the terrifying part. Someone assumed, oh yeah, this is someone that just generated the image using, like, computers and all of that stuff. Turns out, no, they've been drawing that sort of stuff for years. And now, they don't know what to think anymore. Like, oh, they thought that was a generated image. Turns out it was just, you know, simple artist mistakes. And that's a terrifying thought, is that if you make a mistake that just doesn't make any sense to somebody, oh, you generated this. Like, oh, that's not good. People shouldn't be thinking that. But it's becoming more and more difficult as computers start to develop more and more. That's definitely a problem. But yeah, I will definitely say this. If you are wondering, like, did this person actually draw this? Look at their backlog. See how far back that backlog goes. If it goes back, like, 3 to 4 years, you know they drew it. If it's only, like, a year and a half, if it doesn't go past 2002, yeah, if it doesn't go all the way up to 2002 or 2022, then you know something is a little iffy. And the worst part is, that's not going to be a reasonable answer for that in the future either, because 5 years down the road, it could just be someone who just started. And you look back on their work like, they've been doing this for 5 years, but it's not 2022. Something's wrong. Like, could have just been them growing up, living their life, getting older. Or maybe they're still just young, and they decided, I want to draw this and I want to post it somewhere. But since it was early ages, oh, nope, AI. So that's the tricky part. Like I said, there's something about those images that you could just tell. Like, there's, as crazy as it sounds, there's a style behind it that just gives it away. Penspin, Penspin. Thank you for redeeming Penspin. And the crab rave. Yeah, sadly, which is why I'm trying to fix it so that she won't be laughed at because it's bad. Oh, I see. That's fair. That's fair. That's what I thought, but some of the recent ones have even have even video that looks convincing without scrutinizing every detail. True. That's the tricky part. Also, welcome on in there, Stormsight. How you be? I hope you're having a good day there, buddy. I like my photorealism. Oh, let's see. Can't tell you how many people think it's a filter over a pic. Honestly, that's also reasonable. That's also fair. Sometimes it's tricky. Sometimes it's hard to tell. And that's what makes things tough out there right now. Good afternoon, Lampy. Yo, good afternoon. Well, for me, it's evening right now. But Yeah, it's almost night. Actually, not even evening. For me right now, it's night. A good afternoon to you there, pally. I hope things are going well. All right. I sent you the profile picture. I say the hair, arms, and left ear. Ah, fair, fair. I'm gonna have to check that out later. Been doing photorealism since 2013. And you know what? That's fair. If that's what you're a fan of doing, you keep doing that work. That's what really matters at the end of the day, is that you do the work because you like to do so. It's so hard to differentiate AI that even Lampy got bonked by Twitter by Twitch and or Redbubble. Okay, to be fair, Redbubble or like I said, okay, neither of those were for, well, how do I put it? It's hard to differentiate AI that even Lampy got bonked by Twitch or Redbubble. All right, I see the joke, and yeah, that's pretty funny. Although, for clarification, for those of you that don't know, Redbubble, I messed up on that one. See, I thought I could make multiple accounts with the same artwork. I didn't know that was considered bot activity. I only made 2 accounts though, by the way. My old main account from way back in the day before doing Lampy stuff, and then I made the Lampy account, and I thought, what if I just put my older work on the Lampy account? What if that works? You know what? Let me try that. I feel like that would be a pretty good idea. It wasn't a good idea. They considered it bot activity on Redbubble and or spamming, and they just took both accounts down instead of just leaving me with one. And so I was like, all right, well, nuts to you, Redbubble. Granted, it was my mistake, but nuts to you, Redbubble. I tried to appeal. I tried to clear my name on it, but they were like, yeah, nope, we don't care. I'm like, well, nuts to you then. As for Twitch, well, like I said, that one was a whole misunderstanding that computers could not understand. Luckily, it only lasted a day, though. Dang, that sucks. Yeah, but it definitely, okay, I will definitely say I got off lucky, or I got off fortunate on that, on the ban on that one, because that one only lasted a day, not even a full day either. But I've known some other folks where they get royally, for the lack of a better term, they get royally screwed over because either A, someone misuses the stuff and someone decides to be a troll, hop into someone's game, say some really messed up stuff just to get that stream banned. And then you have other people that just don't like a person, and whenever anything pops up for them, it's like, yeah, here you go, banning them. Yeah, let's report this account until it's gone. And so they kind of lose their account for a couple days, even like a month. And it's like, yeah, that's messed up. That's messed up. That ain't right. All of that, honestly. I'm like, Jesus, that sucks. However, there is a silver lining to that. And I've learned this silver lining. And trust me, no, this ain't a messed up thing. Trust me. Well, the part that was mentioned earlier was a messed up thing, but there is a silver lining, which is, from what I've learned, whenever those situations happen and you're gone for a while, it gives you a golden opportunity to reflect on your action. No, I'm kidding. To prepare your comeback, prepare your return, and make it a huge event. Show them that you lived. Show them that you survived. Show them that you're coming back bigger and better than ever. Show that, basically, pull a Jesus. Pull a Jesus, come back 3 days later, and make it a whole day. Make it a whole holiday. Yeah, I'm just reflecting on what I said. Honestly, but still, do that. Make it a whole holiday. Make it a whole event for your return. And this doesn't even have to be for when you get banned, for anything like that. Like, if you ever have to take a moment away, Whether it be that you need a break, you need to take a hiatus, something happened to your stuff. And this could apply to a lot of folks right now. If you, for any reason, whether it's nefarious, whether it's unfortunate circumstances, and when I say nefarious, I mean someone else is trying to mess up your activities. Not that you yourself messed up your own activities. Like if you messed up and you ended up getting canceled for something that you had coming, then well, I mean, you could make a big event about that. I don't know how well it'll come out. I don't know how well it'll be received, but I mean, you could still try, I suppose. But anyway, long story short, like going back to it, like let's say you've been sick for the past month. You had to move. Any sort of thing, all sorts of stuff, like whatever the situation is, and you have to be gone for a while, but you know you're going to come back. Make it an event. Make it a big spectacle. Make it a big fart, if you will. Yo, Wraith. I apologize, you had to hear that last part. Thank you for the raid. I greatly appreciate it. How you be? I hope things are well. What were you up to? What were you playing? How was Pathologic going? And everybody stopping by. Go check them out. Go support all of that good stuff. And everybody stopping by. Hi, my name is Lampy, small-time illustrator for full-size Moth. I do a lot of drawing streams, occasional gaming streams, and sometimes some live 2D rigging streams. And today is one of those drawing streams. We're currently working on a sketch for a Cam the Corgi. Or not a sketch. We're currently working on a full art redeem for a Cam the Corgi. And just working on the line art at the moment. It's basically supposed to be them, Corgi mode, trying to mix up some cookie dough while Lampy's in the background, blow torching them. Yeah, I think that's the best way to explain it. And if you gotta take care of things, go take care of those things. Never feel bad about raiding and running, because that's what raids are all about. But if you decide to stick around, I greatly appreciate that. I hope you enjoy your stay. And good to see you there, Stumbling. How you be? I hope things have been well. I hope things have been good. How was the monster hunting? It was good. We finished the game. Yo, congrats. That's awesome to hear. That's always amazing. What is Pathologic about? Is it a horror game? Is it an action thriller? Is it a psychological horror? What are we talking about here? Korg indeed. Puppy? Yeah, do be a puppy. It's certainly a game. Oh, I see. Psychological horror is probably the closest. So it's a trip of a game, I see. It's one of those games where... like one of those surreal games. Maybe? Maybe not? I don't know. You know what? Psychological horror it is. It's a walking sim visual novel survival. Oh! Okay. Yeah, that sounds like a psychological horror game to me. That also reminded me, there was this one game that was supposed to be very, very trippy. I don't remember the exact details about it. Okay, I remember the exact details, I just never remembered what this game was. But long story short, the sky was so psychedelic that I feel like it would give somebody a seizure just looking at it for too long. And the floors were always changing. And no, it wasn't Dusk. Although Dusk kind of does that a lot too. It was a lot of crazy games. But I'm glad that you managed to beat it. I'm glad you're able to walk through it. No pun intended. In that, it deals psychic damage to you for caring. Oh. It's one of those emotional games. I'm assuming it's one of those emotional games. Or maybe it is one of those sort of games where if you decide to try to be a good person and help somebody, it turns out that was the worst possible mistake you could have made. I don't know. But hey, on the upside, it's over. You're done. You're free. That's the silver lining there. Yeah, it's a very mean game in that it makes life very hard for the player. Oh. So it's Dark Souls. Also, Mally, thank you for the raid. I greatly appreciate it. Let's give a shout out to Mally. I hope things have been well. I hope things have been good. If you haven't checked out Mally, if you haven't checked out Melisandre, I highly recommend that you do. Very hilarious streams over there. It's a very relaxing time. And then you hear what they say, and you're like, oh. But yeah. Go check them out. I highly recommend that you do. And everybody stop by for Mally's stream. Hi, my name is Lampy, small-time illustrator, football-sized moth. I do a lot of drawing streams, occasional gaming streams, and sometimes I like to do rigging streams. And today is one of those drawing streams. Today we're currently working on a Corgi art. I hope you enjoy. And how was the Red Dead? I hope you had fun. I mean, it's Red Dead 2. I heard good things about Red Dead 2. All right, let me try to catch up with a couple of things. It puts everyone's life in your hands and then tries to kill you for doing anything. Oh. Okay, honestly, that's fair. I take it back. That's the opposite of Dark Souls, because Dark Souls usually does the opposite thing, where it puts the life of, it puts the life of everybody in your hands, and then they take them all away while killing you multiple times. So everybody dies, especially you. That's Dark Souls. Let's see. Free as in we both know we'll be going back. Oh, let's see. Free as we both know we'll be going back for a replay. Oh, then there you go. Then, you know what? That sounds like a pretty good game right there. What you drawing? We are drawing a corgi and a moth in the background setting cookies on fire. I don't think it's cynical. It just acknowledges that caring for people is hard, and you accept that if you choose to do that. Oh, okay, I understand. Now I see where the psychological damage comes from. It ain't easy being it ain't easy being carried. Yeah, that's... Honestly, yeah, that's pretty on point. Thinking about it. That is pretty on point. Boy, howdy, the stories I'm not going to tell. But I could definitely tell you, there are stories that I could definitely say, like, yeah, I understand that one now. I understand that one wholeheartedly. Stories I refuse to tell. That's the best way for me to put it. Also, ads starting. Oh, well, the ads are about to start, I suppose. Pathologic owns me now. Oh, so yeah, it sounds like a pretty good game. Well, on the upside, at least you get to try it out again. Maybe different choices, different roads, different paths. So much red, so many dead. That's a good sign right there. That means you are playing the game right. I think. Maybe. I don't know. That sounds like Red Dead for you. A lot of red, a lot of dead. That means, and a lot of cow pie. I don't know. Do they have cow pie in Red Dead? I would assume there's cow pie somewhere. I also would assume that you'd be able to throw it at somebody. It is Red Dead after all. If they don't let you throw cow pie at somebody, something's wrong in that game. Yeah, that shape is looking a little too slime. It's supposed to look like cookie dough. We're just gonna make another circle. There we go, perfect. And honestly, I could say the same about this one. This one's not looking very doughy. I'm gonna make it solid enough to where it doesn't feel like a liquid. But we gotta make it soft enough where it feels like it could be molded. Like putty. That's basically what we're trying to do here with the dough. We're trying to make it putty-like. Not slime, not goop, not a liquid, not water. Because if your cookie dough is looking like water, something's seriously wrong. You may have put a little too much. You may not have put enough dough. There we go. All right, let's see. When Lampy plays psychological games. Ha! What really scares Lampy? Yeah, all those emotes. Why? Actually, you should also put a hype train in there. Because when people start a hype train, I'm like, why? Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? Stop it. Stop it. Get some help. Cease. Chill. Halt. But yeah, you put a psychological horror game in front of me, like... that's funny. I mean... That is tragic. Absolutely tragic. I wasn't laughing at some horrific event right there. I don't know what you're talking about. This is a horror game. I am very scared. Yes, very, very much terrified. Yo, Ripley. Welcome on in. Thank you for the raid. I greatly appreciate it. Let's give a shout out. I totally wasn't laughing at horror games. Folks, if you haven't checked out Ripley, I highly recommend that you do. They do the model arts. They play the... If you're a fan of Marvel Rivals, that's a good place to go. They play the Marvel Rivals. They do the artin'. If you need someone to make model art for you, that's a good place to go. If you just want to sit back and chill and watch some art while watching a funny ghost on the stream, that's a good place to go. If you're a fan of Marvel Rivals, you know what to do. And everybody stopping by from Ripley's stream. Hi, my name is Lampy, small-time illustrator, football-sized moth. I do a lot of drawing streams, occasional gaming streams, and sometimes some live 2D rigging streams. And today is one of those drawing streams. Today, we're currently working on a Corgi model. Or not Corgi model. Why do I keep saying that? I'm currently working on a Corgi art for somebody. Break Cam the Corgi. They are making some biscuit or some cookie dough. That's the word. They're making some cookie dough. All of that fun stuff. While Lampy is in the background, flash burning those cookies with a blowtorch. I hope you enjoy. And if you gotta take care of things, go take care of those things. Never feel bad about raiding and running, because that's what raids are all about. But if you decide to stick around, I greatly appreciate that. And I hope you enjoy your stay. Yeah, so how was the art? Were you working on the model art again? Hope it went well. I saw I remember seeing that one yesterday. Like, the details on the palms. Like, holy cow, those were some detailed palms. That was some amazing stuff. Also, let me try to catch up with some things. Good to see it there, Jeffels. Is it Jeffels or Jeffies? Blame the media? I agree. Always blame the media. Ripley, Rathian, hope you're all having a good day. I like the bird on your head, and Ryu decides to pull that stunt. But before that goes, check it out. The bird's got wings. The bird also talks. Let me see. You know what? Tell you what, folks. For anyone that wants to see the bird talk, put a message in the chat. Whichever message looks the funniest, I'll use that. Yeah, I'll use that one and have the bird say it. So whatever comes to mind, feel free to drop it there, and I'll replace it with that. I recommend Rika Howl's Moving Castle meets Baba Yaga and Animal Crossing. Oh, so that's what that game's all about. Understandable. I am the sentient streamer of this channel. Of course y'all would go with, of course, every time without fail. That's always the message. Okay, so I apologize that, yeah, the bits do not, or yeah, for some reason the text-to-speech ain't working, but that's okay. I can do this manually. So first, let's put this. I'm gonna find out why text-to-speech ain't working properly.
Are we starting a hype train for Lampy? Lampy does deserve support.
Yo, hold up a minute. I see what you just said there, Umbro. And one, thank you for the bits, and no. We don't need to start a hype train. I thank you for the suggestion, but no. Well, anyway, you saw that the bird can speak through the text-to-speech. Even if I have to do it manually for the moment, I will make it automatic next stream.
I am the sentient streamer of this channel.
Don't listen to the bird. The bird talks nonsense. I would love to, but I can't right now, and that is completely fair. That no one is obligated to do so. Thank you for the giant emote there, Storm, so I can save your money. Everybody save your money. Times are tough out here. I should know. I gotta pay rent this month. Alright, so now that we got all of that out of the way, unfortunately, like I was saying, Ryu kind of spoiled the party because someone said, I like the bird. You want to know what happened? Ryu decided, Hey, you like that bird? Let's get rid of it. But before before the bird has to go away, we always like to do this, whether Ryu redeems it or not, because the bird has to switch to their true form. The bird's getting rid of Ryu's card. Bird's just flying off with it. Goodbye, Crow. An unfortunate circumstance to be certain, but, well, yeah. Alrighty then. Also, thank you for dropping the gigantic emotes. I greatly appreciate that. Wait, when was the last time that the hype train was... Actually, that was at the beginning of the stream, so... Yeah, save your money. Anyway, thank you for the giant emotes there, Umbra, though. I greatly appreciate that. And Storm Cycle. But yeah, also, for those of you wondering, what's with the... Why did the bird change? Well, 1, there's a redeem for it. 2, there's a lore channel for that. And 3, I needed to make a humanoid model to showcase that I can actually pull that off. But I didn't want it collecting dust, so here it is. Oh, right. Last but not least, that bird up there, they're getting a whole revamp. They're getting a 2.0 model. Why? Because I also needed to make a YouTube tutorial, and I thought this would be the perfect opportunity. Thank you for giving thank you for gift subbing to Questia. And also, I'm really surprised that I'm very surprised that the hype train has not popped up. I think it's just dead for now. I apologize, folks. Because, honestly, I think at that point it would have... Okay, yeah, I don't know why, but hype trains are just not happening either. What's going on with this channel today?
3 months? Only 3? Cool.
Also, thank you for the 3 months there, Storm Psych. I greatly appreciate it. And I apologize, folks. The streams are just bugged today. I don't know what's going on. Lampy broke it? I didn't break anything. That's the... Okay, see, here's the craziest part. At the start of the stream, around 7 a.m. or 7 p.m. Not a.m. That'd be a ridiculous hour. 7 p.m. It worked. The hype train started. And then all of a sudden, just nothing. So yeah, I don't understand. Bugged? Yeah, whatever. Also, thank you for the follow there, Rathian. I greatly appreciate it. Welcome to the Moth Fleet. I hope you enjoy your stay. By the way, you're lampy now. If you don't know what that means, don't worry about it. You broke it? I didn't break anything. It worked before. It's just not working now. I don't know what happened. Streamer scuff. It happens. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I just feel bad now because, okay. Well, okay, I feel bad because, 1, y'all did attempt a hype train. And technically, I think with all that just happened, it honestly should have went through. But I don't know why. It just didn't. It just didn't. That doesn't make any sense. I'm just as confused as all of you are. And like I said, that's why I'm more disappointed, because, you know, y'all folks put in all that work, and it just... Y'all folks put in all that work, and it just didn't do the thing. And I'm honestly upset with Twitch for not doing the thing. It's just Twitch things? It is just Twitch things. Also, welcome on in there, Blame the Media. Love that name, by the way. Broken? Confirmed broken by Lampy. Wait, I did not break it. I don't even know how to fix it. I'll be honest, this stream's just been bugged all day. I'm gonna need to look back on all of this, find out why is it... Because everything worked just fine yesterday. Everything was completely okay. Now all of a sudden, it's like, yeah, no. Like, what do you mean no? Yeah, just no. Now I need to find out why no. I'm gonna find out after this stream. But first, let's get all of this stuff set up. Oh, right, I also forgot to mention, for those of you that have popped up here, fun fact, we have done obviously we've done a model reveal before, but the last time there was a model reveal was for the Lampy mech, and that was a boss fight stream. And for the Bird 2.0, no different. We're going to be having a boss fight stream for the 2.0 model, so if you want to see all the features that are going to be there for that 2.0, it's going to be amazing. We put a lot of animations. I put too much work, but there, y'all know that feeling when you're working on something and you decide, I want to do this. I want to add that. And when you're finished with it, like, yep, all done. Although, if I added this, that would be a pretty cool idea. And then you're never finished. Like I was saying before, there was an idea where I wanted to add a shield animation. I realized I gotta stop. Also, good to see there, Ivy. How you be? I hope you're having a good day there, buddy. I'm gonna lurk for a bit, grab a snack. All right, that's no problem. Go get that food. Oh, right. That also, actually, perfect timing. That also reminded me. I finally did the thing. Because I know a lot of people were, I know a lot of people popped up into these streams, put exclamation point lurk, and then nothing happens. And then I have to explain, like, I didn't understand why a lurk redeem was needed. Now, after the few months, I finally understood why a lurk redeem was needed. So, I think it was yesterday or it was Sunday. It was basically the day where I was, like, updating everything in the background. Maybe that's why something bugged out. I was too busy trying to update so many things, and I may have broke something. But I couldn't have broke a hype train. It worked out last time. I don't know. Anyway, going back to it, I finally added the lurk command. For those of you that ever feel like just dropping a lurk command, it's finally available right there. Let me try testing it out first, as a matter of fact. One day I'll earn VIP. That is true. You'll get there eventually. Ah, see, there you go. Thank you there, Umbra. Yeah, see, we finally got a lurk command after all these years. I kid you not. It's literally been almost 4 years, and I not once put a lurk command until now. Now, where's the hug command? Oh, now you're just asking for too much. Gotta make a hug command now. Give it another 3 years. Hug, nice try. You know what I should put? If someone puts a hug command, I should just have it respond with just a gun. Like, back up, 6 feet. Or, yeah, 6 feet distance. Or whatever the... I know it's been 5 years, but whatever the COVID joke was, like, back up, 6 foot distance. Just have it be that whenever the hug redeem is added. No hug, go away, 6 feet. Yeah, basically. Gun. I should add a gun redeem. I mean, to be fair, well, not a gun redeem, a gun command. I mean, to be fair, we already have a gun redeem, so close enough. I also wish to get VIP. Wow, just rubbing it in IV's face. Wow. That's messed up, Ryu. That's just cold. That's just brutal. Yes, I'm putting the heat on Ryu for today. Or any other day that I get the chance to bully Ryu. Gotta take that opportunity. That also reminds me, I'm hoping that, so the usual, yeah, basically. But yeah, I was also thinking, what was the other word I was thinking about? So, we got that done. We finally got that command. Oh, someone actually reminded me that I need to make a shotgun asset. Like a shotgun, basically a shotgun model asset. Because I forgot that I was supposed to do this a while back. Hopefully I can get the Switch too. You got this there, friend, I believe. Though I may not be one though I may not plan to get a Switch 2 because, good lord, I can't afford that thing. I'm wishing anyone who does get a Switch 2, I'm wishing you all the best of luck. Because, again, as I was mentioning before, there's a lot of great games on that. Or there's a lot of upcoming games that look great. I cannot confirm that they're going to be great yet because nobody knows if they're going to be great yet. But they look really good. And considering the track record of most of the games that have came out from those franchises, I think it's safe to say that they're going to come out great. Again, FromSoft, they have a pretty solid track record. So I would definitely say that one's probably going to come out great. Hollow Knight, though I have my gripes and issues with it, I would definitely say that they have a pretty solid game. And considering Silk Song has been taking this long, I am hoping that the wait is going to be well worth it. Here's hoping that it's going to be, you know, I'm trying to think, what game took forever and when it came out it was glorious? Skyrim. Here's hoping it's that Silk Song ends up like Skyrim and not like, okay, early Skyrim. Here's hoping that it ends up like early Skyrim and not like Duke Nukem Forever. Because that would be like one of the worst possible cases. However, I will say this as a devil's I'm gonna take the word here, devil's advocate. If Silk Song ends up being a bust after all these years, you want to know what the silver lining behind all of that is? We at least get the Hollow Knight clown memes back. Not for the same reasons, but the clown memes will return. Now, that is a very, very thin silver lining, but it's still a silver lining nonetheless. But like I said, here's hoping it's a Skyrim and not a Duke Nukem Forever. Because, yeah. If y'all know the history of Duke Nukem, then you know full well why you don't want any of your games to end up being like Duke Nukem Forever. 13 years to release, and it's a hot mess. Alright, let me see. Hopefully I can get the Switch 2. The Mario Kart looks good. You could play as the cow. Why do you want me to play as the cow? Why do you want me to play as the cow? Why is it the cow, huh? Why is it the cow? Why do people... You know what? I know full well why. But you know what? I'm calling people out on this one. How's it, Kumo? I thought that joke would have... Well, okay, to be fair, I know why that joke's never going to die, because we got at least 2, 3, 4 people, 5 people, 6. Okay, we got a handful of people. We got a handful of regulars. Some of the old guards that remember those days, and I can never escape it because of that. I'm not going to explain why. There's a bee and a Wario as... Oh, let's see. We can only hope. There's a bee, and Wario has a bee costume. Wait, I meant anyone can play as a cow, not just you. Oh, why would you play as a cow? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, Ivy. Don't worry about it. There's no particular reason as for that one. Don't worry about it. Look, don't worry about it. I didn't just slip up on that one. No, don't worry about it. I'm not letting this come back. No, it's not coming back. It was somewhat buried. I'm not letting this come back. Also, Genie Problem, good to see you. How you be? I hope you're having a good day there, buddy. Hope things are going well. What about Kumo and you as a... let's see. What about you and Kumo as a cow? Don't worry about it. Do not worry about it. Don't go digging up the past. Don't worry about it. It's not important. Not important. It's not... Just leave it alone. It's not something anybody needs to worry about. I'm worrying about it. You shouldn't worry about it. Leave me to worry about that. Don't worry about it. Not anything anybody needs to know about. We leave this cow stuff in the... Yeah, we leave this cow and farm stuff in the past, where it belongs. Either you tell or ask Kumo. You're gonna have to find out from them. I ain't saying nothing. I ain't saying nothing. You can't get it out of me. I ain't explaining nothing. You can't make me. Hey, I'm worried. how was I supposed to draw the flamethrower again? Let me look back on my... You know, this is how you know it's been a while since I've drawn anything. Okay, that's not entirely true. I've been animating like crazy. So, as much as I want to say, I haven't drawn anything in forever. I've finally finished off almost all of the animations. I'm down to like 3 more left. Okay, I finished off all of my frame animations. They're all done. They're all gone. I finally caught up with that part. Now I just got like about a PNG, 2 emotes. Yeah, PNG and 2 emotes. And if I'm correct, there's a plushie model down the road. I gotta double check on everything. But yeah. Outside of that, I haven't really drawn in a good while. Or at least I don't think I have. Oh wait, there was a shark model. Well, I wouldn't count that one as drawn. That was more like model work. I mean, granted. Okay, let me re-explain that one. Let me rephrase that, because drawing models is still drawing. Just a different type of drawing is what I'm trying to say. Like, let me just shut up. Let me just shut up, because I can't explain myself properly. Just know that drawing models is still drawing. And just know that I can't explain myself. But yeah, let me go back to the character sheet. Let me look at this. I just realized I scuffed this one up like nobody's business. Okay, so there's that part, and there's the tank. Okay, I figured it out. I remember now. Let's just add that cylinder right there for the little nozzle. Actually, now that I think about it, yeah, looking at that nozzle, this one's a little too long. This should be a shorter nozzle. I'm actually going to take a little bit of a liberty on this one. And make it a little more of a cone-like shape. Something like that should be good. Drag that down. Put a bit of a triangle or a rectangle shape out here like that. Like so. Drag this part across. Oh, too far. Drag that part across. And there we go. Why so glum chum? No reason in particular. Totally not because someone's about to snitch on me about cow stuff. Wait, let me rephrase that. Yeah, actually, no, I'm not going to rephrase it. Cow stuff. Actually, yeah, thank God you were here for when people were asking, like, what's this about cow? Or maybe you were and just lurking in the background. Who knows? Either way, I'm glad that some folks dropped it. Oh no, not another mad cow disease talk. No. It's not mad cow disease talk. Besides, it wasn't even mad cow disease. It was the chemicals that they put in cows. That was far, far worse than mad cow disease. Okay, maybe not far, far worse, but definitely a lot more disgusting than mad cow disease. That was still hilarious, though. I can't be haunted by a joke from the... Why? Thank you for the clip, but why? 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 But yeah, thank you for the clip. Why do I feel like you're gonna send that to somebody? That's the part that I'm worried about even more now. All right, there we go. So we got that part of the flamethrower. Move this back a little bit. Have this round out. Bring this down over to here. And let's add that little handle right there. Which reminds me, I do got to change up the Moth's hand shape. Got to change up Lampy's hand shape over here to, actually reach that flamethrower. What? Me send that directly to Kumo for context? No. Sure, sure. I believe you there, Umbra. I totally believe that. Yeah, totally wouldn't just... Yeah, whatever. Totally wouldn't just go over there, make a clip of this situation, ask a question about something, get no answer, make a clip just to send it to somebody to get further elaboration on what on earth is going on. Nobody would do such a messed up thing like that. Absolutely not. Totally not. Umbra over here. We're also going to cut this, paste it, because yeah, we're going to cut this and paste this so we don't have to lose the arm. We don't have to lose a lot of the detail that we don't have to work on trying to readjust everything. You just, boom, place it right there, place it like so. And now we're all set. Put the brush back to 100% opacity because I forgot every time I make an expression on the VTube Studio, I lose whatever shape it was. It's crazy. We were just talking about how psychological horror, yeah, that's no problem. That thing, on the other hand, and lo and behold, it pops up today as well. That cursed topic. Never thought I'd have to think about that one again. Well, I just focus on working on the art. Everything should be a-okay. That is my main goal. Focus on this. Think about nothing else. And just not think. Thank you for the hydrate there, Ryu. Thank you for the stretch. And the posture check. Yeah. Yeah. I just realized I never made a hydrate redeem. I'm gonna have a food redeem, so close enough. Actually, well, kind of. No. I just realized I need to make a hydrate redeem. Or not a hydrate redeem, I need to make a hydrate emote. Maybe? I don't know. Hey, you know what? Coffee emote is close enough. If you're ever looking at it like, okay, actually that's the funniest thing. Now that I really think about it. Everyone else has those emotes. Like where they just have the character, they just have a cup over their face. They either have like a sippy cup or like a straw, or they're just sipping through the cup. Me, no, I just have coffee. I just have coffee mug. I'm very exhausted. We're just done with everything. You know what? You could also count that as a hydrate emote. Basically our dynamic. Yeah. Or the gun emote. It's either that dynamic or it's this dynamic. Hold on a minute. But yeah, it's usually one of these two dynamics. That's for certain. Actually, it's both, actually. At the same time. Just tired of your stuff, and it's like, alright, that's it. Get rid of the caps lock. Let me see. Gonna add a little more to this part. That spot should be good. And yeah, we got the flamethrower all set up. We're just also gonna add this part of the arm. So there we go. Lampy's holding on to the flamethrower. We should also put the other set of wings. There we go, and all set. And last but not least, add the antennae. Let's put a better shape than that. Antennae 1, antennae 2. And always remember, folks, well, yeah, this should be good. Always remember, folks, if you're ever wondering, how many of these things should we add onto a lampy, or whenever you're, if you ever happen to find yourself having to draw a lampy, and you're asking yourself, how many of these things should we add to the antennae? Just always remember, perfect number is 5. You don't have to put 5, but that's usually how many I put for these things. Just put like 5 lines across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And boom, there we go. All set, all solid. And now for the giant eyes. Right, actually, we're not done with this. I keep saying we're almost done. We just need to add one more thing, and I need to remember that that's never going to be the case. I'm always going to look at one other part like, I'm almost finished, I'm almost done. Well, I could also do this, and then I could do that, but then we could also add this here and there, but now I'm looking at it. We need to fix this, and we need to fix that. We're almost done there, folks. We're almost done. We just need to fix this, that, here, there. Whoops, I forgot. We also need to put this. Never going to be. It's never when it. How do I put it? Folks, always remember, if I ever say I'm almost done, chances are I'm not almost done. No matter what, I'm not almost done. And funny enough, thinking about that just thinking about that topic made me realize that I got lost in my own head for a second there, because it just reminded me of all the work that I had been putting into the 2.0 for the bird. Like all those times where I'm like, I finally finished it. It's finally done. Let's add some more battle animations. It's finally done. It's finally finished. Let's add a POV for the, let's add a POV for the car. It's finally finished. Let's add one last final climactic showdown scene for a boss fight that nobody's expecting, and I really shouldn't be putting into this, but we're putting this. But now I can certainly say it's done. It's over. Gonna knock out earlier than usual. Night, everyone. All right, there, Ryu. You go get that sleep. You go get that rest, and I thank you for stopping by. I greatly appreciate it. And I hope you have a good night, a better tomorrow, and a great week. Take care now there, buddy. Thank you for the save. Oh yeah, I haven't saved in, I don't know. I don't think I saved all streams. So yeah, that's honestly very reasonable. That's honestly, I probably definitely need that. Imagine this PC crashed right before the save. Like, that would be horrible. Actually, if the PC crashed at any point in time, that would still be horrible. Yo, Sweesadol, welcome on in. How you be? Hope you're having a good day there, buddy. There's the other legs. There we go. Lampy's got legs. Lampy's got arms. Lampy's got flamethrower. Lampy's got eyes. Perfect. And Cam's got everything else. They got their limbs. They got their ears. They got their hair. They got the whisk. Yeah, so far so good. Maybe this needs a little bit of a change. Hold up on a minute. Hold up one moment. Oh, this is going to be... No, wait. Yeah, this is going to be a problem, but we need to get this part done. Need to erase that little line right there. Erase that little line right there. And we're good. I just woke up and I'm being cooked. It's so hot. Okay, so what you're going to need is that you're going to need a turkey baster. Because if you're getting cooked, you might as well go out with style. Am I right? Okay, so find out what do they do to like Christmas and Thanksgiving turkeys. Oh, speaking of Christmas and Thanksgiving turkeys, I wanted to ask, did the package ever arrive? Okay, for context for anyone who's wondering. So, Sweet Doll won the last Lampy plushie giveaway for a while. And we shipped the package out, but there's no tracking when it comes to international. So, the only thing that I know of about that package is that I sent it out, I sent it to the post office, and now all that's left is to sit back and wait and see how it goes. But I hope the package made it there. God, I hope the package made it there. Not yet? Oh. Not yet. Philippine package mess system is so messy. Oh, I see. I'm sorry to hear that. But at the same time, that still gives a slight vote of confidence. Because that means that it's a messy process, but that means it'll eventually pan out. Because I was worried, the one thing that I would be most worried about is that the package is unable to get shipped and it gets returned. Because, yeah, that... Actually, that's the second worst case scenario. Worst case scenario is that they drop it off elsewhere. And they technically count it as, it got successfully dropped off. Didn't even drop it off at the right place. It was successfully dropped off. But yeah, since you haven't gotten it yet, and you mentioned how the system over there for deliveries is a bit messy, that means that there's still a chance that it's going to take a while, but it's on its way. And you know what? Going to take a while, but it's on its way is better than, you know, it just not arriving. Because, yeah, like I said, that's what I'm worried about. But this gives me hope that it'll make it on its way. I mean, granted, so long as the address is right, so long as everything is so long as everything is just right, it should eventually make it there. I'd rather have it be returned than lost. Same. Because, yeah, lost, like I said, lost is yeah, that would be messed up. At least if it's returned, that means I could try it again and send it out. Yo, Chaya, thank you for the raid. I greatly appreciate it. Let's give a shout out to Chaya, folks. If you haven't checked out Chaya, highly recommend that you do. Really fun streams over there, and they're going to be getting a new live TD model in the future. Look forward to that. It's going to be awesome. And everybody stopping by from Chaya's stream. Hi, my name is Lampy, small-time illustrator, football-sized moth. Yes, the bug is the streamer. I do a lot of drawing streams, occasional gaming streams, and sometimes some live TD rigging streams. And today is one of those drawing streams. Today I'm currently working on a art piece for a Cam the Corgi. Currently, yeah, there's going to be baking. There's going to be fire. Why is there fire? Because they wanted Lampy involved, so that means there's going to be fire. And if you got to take care of things, go take care of those things. Never feel bad about raiding and running, because that's what raids are all about. But if you decide to stick around, I greatly appreciate that. I hope you enjoy your stay. Welcome on in there, everybody. Good to see you there, Chaya. Rose of Windmill, or Rose of Windhill. Plague. Hope you're all doing well. And good to see you there, Flu. How goes the night? So far, so good. Okay. Despite the fact that the stream has been rather bugged because a hype train just didn't go through for some reason, even though it's been 2 hours. Every time the text-to-speech isn't working automatically, so I have to do that regularly. Despite all of that, it's been a pretty good day, and it's been a pretty fun stream. We got the line art done, for the most part. Pretty solid. Yeah, I want to say it's a pretty solid shape. Pretty solid design. And so, yeah, I want to say it's been running pretty smoothly. I'm still brainstorming a lot of things in the background, but overall, it's going pretty well. And how was the VR? I hope the VR went well. I hope the VR was good. Fire? So, where is the firebug? The firebug's right there. Hi. Why is a Lampy a firebug? Because, I'm a bug and I fire. Bang. There you go. And Rose of Windhill, thank you for the follow. I greatly appreciate it. Welcome to the Moth Fleet. I hope you enjoy your stay. By the way, you're a Lampy now. If you don't know what that means, don't worry about it. But yeah, let me double check on some things. Oh wait, that's me. Oh, I see. Oh, you two are a firebug? That's what's up. Call me then and I will hunt you down. Oh, windmill. Oh! Yeah, sorry about that one. Good luck. I sent something to the US for work, and it reached the US in 3 days, and took 3 weeks to reach the buyer. Oh, dang. I'm sorry to hear that one. Yeah. Yeah, that's shipping for you, in all honesty. That's the problem with shipping. That's a tricky one. Also, good to see you there, Blobby. I hope things are going well. I hope things are good. Let's give a shout out to Blobby Derp. If you haven't checked out Blobby Derp, I highly recommend that you do. If you're a fan of the Marvel Rivals and Voices of the Void and many other games, I'm not sure if you played Hollow Knight. I think it's either you or someone else who's playing Hollow Knight. I can't quite remember. But I know I saw someone playing Hollow Knight. But yeah, go check out Blobby Derp. Also, they're going to be getting a new model, or a new model variant real soon. Also, the model that they have right now, go check it out. It's a really amazing model. Really awesome stuff. And they're going to be getting a plushie version of that thing. Look forward to that. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be awesome. Good to see their flute. Pen spin, pen spin. Thank you for redeeming pen spin. Hold up. Where's my pen spin? There we go. Thank you for redeeming pen spin. And let's give a shout out to Flu as well. Go check out Official Flu. Very chill streams over there. Really awesome people. Okay, let me see. It was fun. We had a few laughs. Glad to hear you're having a good day, Lampy. Yeah, so far so good. And I gotta thank you greatly for that one. I'm looking forward to working on that project for you. It's gonna be awesome. All right, it was fun. We had a few laughs. Nice, nice, nice. Hope the Lampy is doing well. Yeah, so far so good. Like I said, outside of those hiccups, everything's been going pretty well so far. But I do need to rest since today was my last day not guarding. That's fair. You go get that rest. You go get that sleep. You go get that, you go get that rest and sleep. And I hope it goes well. And I hope you have a good day, better tomorrow, and a great week. You know what I mean. I will be moving this Friday. Oh, yeah. Best of luck with the move. You got this. Graduation? Try is graduating. No. Hold on a minute. I need to fix a couple of things. I forgot to switch out my earphones this entire time. Maybe. Hide the lighter behind my back. Ah, fair, fair, fair. So we got a couple of arsonists here. We got a couple of arsonists, I see, huh? That's fantastic. You'll fit right in. Flamethrowers are on the left. Yeah, flamethrowers are on the left. Anyway. Fire? Arson encouraged? Absolutely, like you wouldn't believe. We got fire emotes right here, as a matter of fact. Alright. I leave my Crystarium warriors in your bug hands. That's alright. We also got human hands. It's just they're they're technically mine now. Alright there, Chaya. You do your lurking, and I hope it goes well, and I hope you have a good night, a better tomorrow, and a great week. You take care now there, buddy. You mean claws? No, we got hands. Hold on a minute. Let me show you a hand. There we go. Hand. See, we got hands. That's one hand right there. Don't ask where I got it. Just know that I have it. And this is my hand now. That's all that really matters. Yay, yay, indeed. All the fire. Everybody drop fire. And holy cow, Traveling Inquisitor, thank you for the raid. I greatly appreciate it. What are you doing up at this hour? That's wild. Let's give a shout out to the Traveling Inquisitor if you haven't checked them out. And for everyone who's stopping by, well, first, go check out the Traveling Inquisitor. Are you still playing Diablo? If you haven't checked them out, I highly recommend that you do. Oh, Planet Crafter. How was the Planet Crafter app? Planet Crafter, I hope it went well. And everybody stopping by from everyone stopping by from Traveling Inquisitor stream. Hi, my name is Lampy, small-time illustrator, football-sized moth. Yes, the bug is the streamer. I do a lot of drawing streams, occasional gaming streams, and sometimes some live 2D rigging streams. And today is one of those drawing streams. We're currently working on the... Give me a second. We're currently working on the line art for an art piece requested by a Cam the Corgi. They are making the biscuit, or they are making the cookie dough, and Lampy's gonna set some cookies on fire. I hope you enjoy your day. I hope you enjoy your stay, and and if you gotta take care of things, go take care of those things. Never feel bad about raiding and running, because that's what raids are all about. But if you decide to stick around, I greatly appreciate that, and I hope you enjoy your stay. And yeah, let me catch up with a lot of things, because there's a lot that just happened right quick. Arsonist? That's an insult. I prefer the term carpet bomb. And good to see it there, Zacky Doodles. Traveling. Hope everybody's doing well. I just wanted to give you some love, my dude. It's been a while, and it was a chill time. Yo, I'm glad to hear. And yo, I'm honored. I greatly appreciate the raid. And yeah, that's why I was surprised. Like, what the raid at this hour? You're usually on you're usually on at an earlier hour than this. That's a surprise. And still, a welcome surprise nonetheless. And I greatly appreciate it. And you're awesome too there. You're awesome too there, friend. Never forget it. Art time, hell yeah? Hell yeah. Art time. Yeah, still grinding Diablo, mostly off stream for now. Ah, that's fair, that's fair. Honestly, that's honestly understandable. I mean, Diablo looks like a really fun game. Especially since it's kind of like a roguelike, right? I think. 6 a.m. though. I need to get some sleep, but I will be lurking. That is also very understandable. Go get that sleep. Go get that rest, because honestly, like I said, I'm surprised you're up at this hour. Go get that sleep. Go get that rest. And I thank you again for the raid. And I hope you have a good night, a better tomorrow, and a great week. You take care now there. But yeah, folks, go check out the Traveling Inquisitor. It's a very chill time over there. They play a good variety. Or yeah, they play some fun games. Honestly, great community. And they have like a... I don't know if they still have the main model and the chibi model in the corner. Really awesome stuff. I think there was also something about a sandwich. I don't know. I lost track of... I've lost track of everything. I've even lost track of my own life. I don't remember anything anymore. Insomniac after my own... Fair. I already have. You know what? That's good. Always follow the homies. Everybody awesome. Necro sandwich? Alright, necro sandwich. Sandwich? Wait, let's see. Sandwich? Reuben? Hype train. I mean, I was gonna say for a second, like, you could try. I don't know if it's gonna work, and I'm a little worried about that, but save your money. Even if you wanted to start the hype train, I don't know if it would work. Sleep? More like stream time. Yeah. I wish I could agree with that, but half the time I'm like, yeah, you know what? This is a good time to call it. I'm gonna go pass out. Although to be fair, I usually don't call it sleeping because I'll be honest, it's mostly just passing out. Like I'm staying up. Like, okay, I'm just gonna rest my eyes for a minute. Yep, nope, just full on sleep. And thank you for the hydrate, the posture check, and the stretch there, Destroyer. And I know what that means. I hope you have a good night, a better tomorrow, yeah, and a great week. You take care now, there, friend. And I hope the PC stuff goes well. Now we also got to add a sandwich to the stream right quick. Where's my sandwich? There's sandwich. A very, very cursed sandwich. See you, bud. Laters. Oh, wait. You know what? Let's go with something very appropriate. Later, nerd. Hold on a minute. Also, holy cow. Windhill. Or Rose of. Or Rose. You let me know which name you prefer. And give me 1 second.
Hype train start.
Also, no hype train. No hype train. Save your money. Let me just add the sandwich right quick. Drop the sandwich right over there. Boom. Perfect. There we go. Rose be just fine. All right, Rose it is. This way I don't accidentally say windmill. Because I know, and as much as I hate to say it, I know full well I'm going to make that mistake. Like, I'm going to be very tired one of these days, and then I'm going to be like, hey, windmill hill. That is cursed. I know, right? Check it out. This model was drawn... Okay, so it was drawn by yours truly, and it was rigged using only a single PNG. Why? Because I thought it'd be funny. That's basically it. I just wanted to, Well, also because someone mentioned, like, have you ever considered making that that sandwich a live 2D model? And I thought, I would, but it's only a single PNG now. I did not future-proof this to be a live 2D model. And then I thought, unless... So I made a challenge for myself. Make a live 2D model with a single layer. I think it turned out pretty well. Might be cursed, but it might also be delicious. It might be delicious. Possibly. I mean, it worked fairly well for the Dead Space streams. I want to say, yeah. I want to say maybe. Yeah, it was probably a pretty solid game plan. Yeah. I will blame Chaya for that insult. That is fair. Always blame Chaya. Don't tell them I said that. All right, so now that we got this part, I think for the next layer, we're going to actually have to go below all of this stuff. Hide the sketch for a minute. What I want to do, what I want to do next is make a new layer, and we're going to call this Fire. Oh, let's see. A fellow Dead Space fan, sign me up. Oh, but I will tell her that. No, don't tell them. They're gonna come back after me they're gonna come back after me again. Like, Lampy, what did you just say? Like, I didn't say. What? No, I didn't say anything. I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't mention anything at all. You know what? You know what this means? I just said nothing. Here, bird, you take over. This is your channel now. Goodbye. That's basically how I'm going to treat it when Chaya shows up. I'm just going to walk away like, I didn't say nothing. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm going to go get milk now, so, I'll have fun. The whiskey might be talking right now. That's fair, that's fair. Also, ads start in a minute. I will say this, though. I will say this. At least you have an excuse. I don't drink, so I don't know what's making... Yeah, I don't drink, so now I'm looking at, like, I don't know what the... I don't have an excuse. Whatever I say is literally just, unfortunately, me. So, in case you ever wonder, like, Lampy, are you drinking? I wish. Then I'd have a reasonable excuse to explain away what I just said. I mean, yeah, sure, why not? You know what? Maybe that's how I should respond next time. Like, if I say something really weird and someone just asks me, like, Lampy, have you been drinking? Yeah, sure. Sure, let's go with that. If that gets me off the hook. Alright, now. Next step. Oh, I didn't even... Wait, hold up a minute. Let's go back to the line art, because I forgot. I did not finish all of that. Let me make sure, because I forgot. I didn't finish off the last part of the flamethrower, which is supposed to be that we need to put a little bit of a line down here. Drag this across. Are you a lightweight Lampy? I can say without a doubt that yes. Why? Because I don't drink enough. And I'll be honest, I'm okay with that, because as I always like to say, and yes, this is probably the excuse of every lightweight, is that on the upside, and well, let's be honest, this is a fair upside. Though I am a lightweight, that also means that I don't have to spend too much to get tipsy. I don't have to spend too much to be on that level. But at the same time, I can't match the... I can't match. So it's like, yeah, let's go drinking. Like, yeah, like 5 minutes later. Like, dude, are you done already? What? Maybe. Yeah? Think. Yeah. Dude, that was like your first drink. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna go ride a bike now. Although I've learned, don't ride a bike when you're drunk. I've learned that from experience. I've learned don't ride a bike when you're drunk. I thought I could handle it. I thought that I could manage. I couldn't manage. Literally fell over the first block. Not even the first block. Yeah. Literally. Not even making it past the first block. I got to the corner of that block. I tried going off that ledge. The bike bounced. And I lost all balance. I had to walk back to the group in absolute shame. Like, yeah, no. I don't know how many times I've told that story, but whenever it pops up, whenever drinking comes to mind, that's the first thing that comes to mind is like, yeah. Although I will say, there was also another story where I was really bad at beer pong. But yeah, I was really bad at beer pong. Until me and a friend started drinking enough. Played enough beer pong. We got absolutely wasted. But let me tell you, we were gods at that game after the first hour. We were unstoppable. Every other team, they could not match us. We were unbeatable. We were gods. And then the passing out phase happened. You know that phase where, okay, I don't know how many people have gone to that point where when you drink too much, you just can't function anymore. Yeah, that was me for a minute. Like, after like having enough games of beer pong, it was an amazing time. It was really awesome. And then I just lost all function. Just sat somewhere. Practically dead. And the day after was not worth it. from what I've learned, the day after was not worth it. Folks, hangovers suck. I don't know how many of y'all have ever had a hangover, but yeah, that is just not fun. I don't know about you, but yeah. This is why I don't drink too much, because I don't like the feeling of hangover, so I don't really drink all that much. Just to avoid that. Now, I know that there are ways to avoid it, like not overdoing it. And I've managed to successfully pull that off. But just to avoid hangovers, I just rarely drink. Although I wouldn't mind wine again. I don't care what anyone says. I like my cheap wine. Also, good to see you there, Nazcat. How you be? I hope you're having a good day there, buddy. Now, I don't know about anyone else, but I don't know if anyone was surprised here to find out that Lampy's a lightweight. But yeah. Everyone drinks. Water, that is. You know what? That's also fair. Sometimes. Okay. Functioning alcoholism runs in the family. Oh, runs in me family. That's fair. Light lamp, you mean? Oh my god. I told you about the puns, didn't they? Alright, let me see. Blackout Drunk is not... Oh, Blackout Drunk is not in me family's collab. Or vocab. That's the one. You know what? That's also fair. That's all honestly reasonable. At the risk of revealing my age, but I will spirit gun anyone who calls me a... Oh, spirit gun who... Yeah, spirit gun anyone who calls me an alcoholic. That's fair, that's fair. I'm doing alright, I don't drink. That's also fair. Let's also give a shout out to Nazcat. Go check them out, they do the Artons. Really fun time over there, really great stuff. Sorry, in a bit of a mood while watching shows and playing Valheim. That's fair, that's fair. And honestly, I'll say this. So long as you could afford... I'll always say this. So long as you could afford doing what you do, and it ain't hurting nobody, that's all that really matters. Because we all got some bad habits. I, for one, can't stop buying... Well, okay, to be fair, I've definitely slowed down. Yeah, I'll definitely say that I've slowed down on buying Yu-Gi-Oh cards, mostly because whenever, as getting older, Yu-Gi-Oh cards, though, they have been very appealing. I gotta focus on bigger priorities, so I haven't been able to spend as much money on them. Although there are the rare occasions where I'm like, you know what? I feel like I'm in a comfortable enough spot. I could spoil myself with some Yu-Gi-Oh cards, but under most circumstances, like, nah. I gotta take care of this. I gotta prioritize that. I gotta prepare for something like that. And, you know, this and that and so on and so forth. So yeah, as long as you're able to maintain yourself and you ain't hurting nobody, that's all that really matters. All right, let's see. All right, let me catch up with some things. Alcohol, I have come to the understanding that I don't like it and it doesn't like me. That's also very reasonable. Thank you for the shout out. That is a reference to an old anime called Yu Yu Hakusho. Oh yeah, the spirit blast thingy with the gun, with the finger pointer. Okay. Funny enough, though I'm old enough to have watched it, I never did. As crazy as it sounds. Now, it's not for the lack of wanting to, it's just more so... Okay, actually, there we go. That's the way to put it. I don't dislike the show. It's just, it's never been on the radar for some reason. I know a lot of people that watch it. I've heard a lot of great things about it. I heard that there's this one character that's a really great character. What's his name? I'm trying to remember his name. The dude with the glasses. Like... age-old dude lived for ages. I'm trying to remember his name. Goro, I think it is, something like that. I've heard really great things about that character. Glasses? Yeah, sunglasses. Tagoro? Something like that? I don't remember. He had a green coat. I think it was a green coat. Yeah, that one. That character. But anyway, yeah, like going back to it, like I was saying, like I've heard good things about that show, and I've heard it was a classic. Yet for some reason, I don't know what it was. It was just that, you know. Granted, there's a lot of times where like something is really great. I'm like, I will get to it one of these days. Sunglasses? Yeah, sunglasses. One of these days, I'm gonna get to it, and I never get to it. Like heck, there was a movie that I was excited for God knows how long. I even purchased it legally. I totally did not download the spider movie called Eight-Legged Freaks a long time ago. I purchased that movie legally. I never watched it. I looked back on it many years later to see like, do I even have that in my do I even have that on my hard drive anymore? Yeah, I don't have the movie Eight-Legged Freaks on my hard drive anymore. You wouldn't download a car, would you? Absolutely not. Nah. Who would download a car? Why on earth would you do such a thing? Like, come on. Why would you download a car when you could download a shark? Am I right? Speaking of which, you could download this shark absolutely free on the coffee page. No charge at all. You wouldn't download a car, would you? No, but I would download a shark. And you can too. Good to see you there, Metrex. How you be? Hope you're having a good day there, buddy. Let's give a shout out to Metrex. If you haven't checked them out, I highly recommend that you do. Really funny streams over there. Really awesome time. Really great people. Too bad, Metrex. Accept the shout out. And I hope you're having a good day. I'm broke, so I sail the 7 seas. That is fair. Just watch out for sharks while you're on those 7 seas. You never know. It's like you're just mind your own business, and then all of a sudden, wait, can I flip this over? Oh, yeah, I can flip this over. Perfect. Ah. Yeah. There you go. All right, we're gonna throw the shark away now. But yeah, you could get this shark and be dumb like me too, if you feel like absolutely no cost whatsoever. Anyway, let's try to catch up with some of the reading. Yeah, he started off as an enemy, but he was helping the heroes behind the scenes. Oh, fair. Yeah, see, like that. Like I said, I've heard many great things about some of them characters. I don't download, I borrow stuff for a bit. That's another good way to go about it. Borrow. I'm having a nice day, but wishing all the week stayed peaceful for once. That's fair. Also, I hope that the leg is healed up, because I remember hearing something about the leg being busted. But yeah, I'm wishing you the best of luck on the rest of the week, too. Here's hoping that it stays peaceful. Hold on 1 second there, folks. I gotta go check out something right quick. All right, and I'm back. Let's see. Let me try to catch up some things. Eight-Legged Freaks is awesome as it is the start of a few. Oh, let's see. Is awesome as it starts to a few anime voice actors stars like Edward Elric from Full Metal Alchemist in the movie Eight-Legged Freaks. I didn't know that some of the voice actors were in that movie. Well, I have to use my knee pad so my leg stops hurting, but the doctor said it was just a bandage solution for the meantime. Oh, okay. So that means it'll heal eventually, right? That's a good sign then. That's a very, very good sign. That's a very, very good sign, at least. At the very least, I think that's a very good sign. Also, hold on 1 second there, folks. Let me check the music right quick. Okay, music's still good. Actually, what time is it? 10:30? Okay, since it's 10:30, I think... Okay, as much as I hate to say it, I think we're going to have to call it... You know what? Let's work on the line art right quick. Let's finish off the last of the line art, and then we call it a night, because I do got to get going real soon. I do got to take care of a few things, so here's what we're going to do. Let's actually get rid of all of this fire. Actually, no. We'll keep that one there where it is. Let's drag that across there. Drag a little bit here. Move a little bit over there. Move a little more over here. And just remember, folks, whenever you're making fire, just remember one thing. Heat rises. Energy moves up. Kiko. Oh, no. Kiko, I was going to call it a night soon. But thank you greatly for the raid. Hold on a minute. Okay. Let's give a shout out to Kiko Lunar Bunny, because if you haven't checked them out, I highly recommend that you do. They play a good variety of games, really awesome streams, really strong community. Like, very energetic. Never seen any more energetic community, but then again, the community reflects the streamer. So, yeah, they're going to have some very high energy there. Also, give me a second. I got to fix one other thing. Because text-to-speech doesn't work properly today, we got to do this part manually. So we got to add this.
Hello, Dad. Smile.
There you go. And thank you for the 22 months there, Kiko. I greatly appreciate it. And everybody stopping by from Kiko's stream. Hi, my name is Lampy, small-time illustrator, football-sized moth. Yes, the bug is the streamer. I do a lot of drawing streams, occasional gaming streams, and sometimes some live 2D rigging streams. And today is one of those drawing streams today. We are currently working on an art piece for a Cam the Corgi. There's going to be a lot of fire. There's got to be a lot of flames. All sorts of craziness. I hope you enjoy. And I hope, and if you got to take care of things, go take care of those things. Never feel bad about writing and running, because that's what raids are all about. What was the other part? Because that's what raids are all about. And, but if you decide to stick around, I greatly appreciate that. I hope you enjoy your stay. Yeah, I don't remember what I was trying to say anymore. Also, Lear, Herpaderp, and once a Rizzler. Thank you for the follow. I greatly appreciate it. Welcome to the Moth Fleet. I hope you enjoy your stay. By the way, you're Lampy now. If you don't know what that means, don't worry about it. And what were you playing today there, Kiko? Let's find out. Also, good to see you there, poised. Lear, Dark Leo, JP, Kiko, Absalon, Once, Herpaderp. Hope everybody's doing well. Guacamole. Which Corgi is this? This is Cam the Corgi. I hope you enjoy. Wait a minute, I just realized. It's your cult now? Hey, wait a minute. That's okay, I'll drop them off with you next Saturday. Art stream? Art stream, and good to see you there, Fenris Chaos. Hope things are going well. Sandwich? Yeah, sandwich. That looks cool as heck. Yo, I'm glad that you like it. That's awesome I'm glad to hear that. Fire? Like a well-known anime fire force? Nah, not quite. This is more... How do I put this? This is more arson. This is your cult? Says you. Hold on a minute. Says you, this is my cult. You know what? This is your stream now, Kiko. Have fun. Good luck with the bird. See, it is Kiko's cult. It's your cult now, Kiko. Ah, fantastic. All right, let me try to catch up some things. What did I miss? But yeah, I greatly appreciate you stopping by, and I greatly appreciate the raid there, Kiko. And folks, you should go check them out. Right, I forgot. What game were you playing? Ooh, DBD. How was the debit day? I hope it went well. I hope you had a lot of fun, and I hope you didn't get any trolls. I wanted money for my inheritance. Oh, you know what? The cult is your inheritance. The cult brings you money. Despite me telling them to save theirs, they bring money here. So now they'll bring money to you. Okay, goodbye. I had a lot of fun, for real. Nice. I'm glad to hear. Okay, so since I'm not going to be going away anytime soon, because I need to, because we got a raid, I got to take care of one other thing right quick. I got to take care of one simple project. As a family matter right quick. Well, actually, I don't think it needs to be done anytime soon. So long as they haven't, confirmed anything yet, I think I could do that a little bit later. So I could focus on that another time. Or I can focus on that after the stream is done. So, let's get back to the drawing at hand. We got to continue fire. Ed, Kiko, what's up? Lampy, where are you? Oh, let's see. So, Lampy, when are you going to take daughter for the weekend? What do you mean? I'd drop everybody off to Kiko for the weekend. I need to head to bed. I'm sorry, fathers. Nah, no worries. You go get that sleep. You go do what I don't, which is get plenty of rest. Do what I can't do. When things burn down? True. When things burn down. But yeah, I hope you have a good night, a better tomorrow, and a great week. You take care there, Kiko. We are going to get back to the drawing right quick. Let's add some more of that fire. But as I was saying, as I was working on the fire, what you want to do when it comes to fire is remember that fire is energy. Fire is heat. And you want to know what heat does? It rises. So, make sure it's pointed upwards. Make sure it's pointed upwards. Make sure it's pointed at the sky. For the most part, whenever you're making the flames, you can still make certain points. I can't sleep ever, oh my lord. Yeah, that's a mood right there. I know that feel. I can never sleep at the right hours. I try, but it just never works. Anyway, as I was saying, well, not anyway, but going back to it, as I was saying, you can have certain moments, or you can have certain parts where the flame kind of points down, but you still got to add a certain feature to the fire that shows that it's not going to be in that direction for very long. So make it kind of a short end there. Kind of make it a shortened point to show that it can sometimes point down, but that's not its natural nature. So it's going right back up. Like so. And also you could go about it a lot of different ways. You can either make it very, very smooth flames. You can make them very jagged. Very jagged, very rapid. Very uncontained. All sorts of stuff like that. But fire? Yeah, fire. Fire everywhere, so let's all have a drink. Wait, that's not how it works. You know what? Don't worry about it. Fire everywhere regardless. We're just going to erase all of this and start it over. Try this fire all over again. And always remember, I'm going to show you another part about the fire soon enough. But first, let's point to all of these points at the top. Like so. Zoom out a little bit. And we're actually going to have, well, we can't have the flame overflow or go in front of the the batter. Oh, right. The other thing is you could have certain, you could have certain curves, rounded ends, but for the most part, once you get to a certain point, once you get to a certain height, or every end needs to be pointed. This really makes the flames really stand out above all else by giving them those pointed spots or pointed ends. Now, you could have certain rounded edges like here and there, but at the end of the day, make it point upwards. I'm going to show you another part to really make the flames stand out as we go along. Once we got the main flame done. There we go. So now that we got the main flame done, I'm going to show you one other part that we could do. What you can do is break up certain points. Really make it stand out. Or yeah, really give the flame a little bit of energy by breaking out certain points. Like we have this whole part of the flame standing out on its own, but you could tell that it used to be a bigger piece from this section, and then have other parts over here. It used to be other parts, like so. Have it like that. And even when you have bigger parts like this, you can actually make smaller parts, smaller sections, little sparks, little embers. And those ones, you just make them smaller shapes. You give that little bit of a curve, but you still get that pointed top. Make the bottom half a little bit rounded. Make them really small, make them really smooth. This one's a little too smooth. We're actually going to bring this one back a little bit. And Loomis, thank you for the follow. I greatly appreciate it. Welcome to the Moth Fleet. I hope you enjoy your stay. By the way, you're lampy now. If you don't know what that means, don't worry about it. Fellow Moth indeed. Welcome on in. Hope things are going well. I hope you enjoy the light. All right, let's see. As long as I can have... Oh, let's see. As long as I can have a drink. You know what? That's fair. You still got that. That's what matters. And then all will be happy. Honestly, reasonable. Okay, let's see. Fellow Moth, how could I not floor lamp? Oh yeah, how could I not floor lamp him? That's true, that's true. There you go. As a matter of fact, hold on a minute. Where is it? There we go. Wait, almost had it. Here, you can have this one. There you go. I'm about to be graced with a lamp. Yeah, there you go. There's your lamp. You can have that one. All right, we're going to get back to the fire. Well, actually, you're just in time. We're actually drawing fire. You know, that also reminded me, I think I mentioned this one a while back, about how I've been looking into a lot of streams, and I've been looking into a lot of stuff where a lot of people were saying, you know, one of the best things you can do is really focus on, you know, a theme, a brand, a type of thing like that. Like if you're working on like the streamings and stuff, like not even the streamings and stuff, but you know, like your avatar could focus on particular things based off of, or you know, your avatar could reflect what your content is going to be. I don't know, but one thing I realized is that, you know what, it makes a lot of sense that a moth would be drawing fire. It actually makes a lot of sense, and I just realized branding reflection. Also, let's see how to pronounce this name. Miss Lucifer VT, thank you for the follow. I greatly appreciate it. Welcome to the Moth Fleet. I hope you enjoy your stay. By the way, you're lampy now. If you don't know what that means, don't worry about it. Also, ignore the sandwich. Or, yeah, don't worry about the sandwich. Actually, now that I think about it. Now that I think about this sandwich. Oh, wait, hold on. Come back here. Oh. Okay, you know what? This bit is old. Ow. There we go. Sandwich done. Lamp. Where lamp? But yeah, hope you're having a good day there, buddy. Hope things are going well. Hope things are going good. And, whoops. Earphone fell out. What was I talking about again? Oh, right. So, going back to it. So yeah, that's basically what you want to do when you're trying to draw fire, is you want to make sure that all the end points are sharp, all the end points point up. You want to make sure that you add little broken parts of flames, little embers, if you will, little sparks. Now you could add very large parts, very thin parts, but also the other thing to remember is that the larger parts are usually closer to the base of the flame, because flame also takes, fire usually needs a source. Once it gets further and further away from that source, the flame eventually dies. And that's what these little sparks are. Little sparks that cannot contain themselves. They are but a flicker. So the further away from the fire source that keeps the fire, lit, the smaller it becomes. And the smaller it becomes, it means the further away it is from the source. And they eventually dissipate. And we just said the bingo card word, dissipate. Anyway. I swear, one of these days this channel's gonna get like one of those bingo card streams. Or like one of those bingo cards for every stream, like put a it's just gonna be like, okay, cross this one out whenever the gun shows up on stream. Cross this one out if Lampy ever calls somebody a Lampy and says don't worry about it. Cross this one out if we get 10 plus raid. Yeah, if the channel gets 10 plus raids in a single night. Cross this one out if Lampy says dissipate. And the rest goes on. You know the rest. Yada, yada, yada. I'm just thinking about all the things that are probably beyond that bingo card. Someone else is going to find other things for it. If that day ever rolls around. But I feel like it's going to happen eventually. And I think I'm going to crack up and I'm going to dread what I see. Without fail, definitely going to dread stuff. Because there's definitely some things that I probably didn't mention that other people will remember. And I'm like, oh god, I was hoping that wouldn't be there. As for what those things are, I'm not going to tell you. In the meantime, let's add that part of the flame. Let's clean this part up a little bit better. And there we go. Now let's catch up on the reading. Alright. Lamps fueled by whiskey. Might had a bit too much. Maybe. Possibly. And I don't think you would want them to be filled with whiskey, because that just means that, they're not being drank. They're being burnt out. I mean, unless you want whiskey-related flames, then yeah, I suppose that works. Whiskey-related flames. There you go, folks. Arson by whiskey. It's going to add that part right there, add a little bit of an ember right over here. Tiny little ember up there. Add one more over to this part, but we're not going to make that one that big. There we go. And all set, all sorted out. Let's add one more flame over to this side. I forgot what I was talking about beforehand. Anyway, don't worry about it. You know what? I got another idea. For this part, we're actually going to show one flame mid-break. I think that's a good way to go about it. Mid-breaking flame. And let's clean up some of those edges. Add that part right there. Get the eraser. Reduce that line. Boom. Oh wait, that's on the wrong layer. Hold on a minute. There we go. Go back to this layer. And let me see. I'm going to add just one more flame right over here. And yeah, we should be good with all of that. Oh, wait. Hold on a minute. I forgot. There should be a lot of flame just popping out over onto this side. Okay. They're not being drunk, yes. But they would smell nice. That's also fair. That's fair. Quite nice indeed. You know what? Smoked whiskey. Hey! I apologize. That was a terrible joke. That was horrible. I retract my statement. Don't worry about it. We're just going to go back and add the flames, add the fires, add a little bit of a spark right there. And this spot should be good right there. Add one last piece. And we're all set. This should be completely fine. All right, so we got the flames, we got the fire, we got the cookie dough. We could remove the sketch. Boom. Merge down. Merge down. This is the line art that we have. I have not put the background yet, but this is the imagery that we got. We got Cam the Corgi over here, mixing the Bisquick, mixing the cookie dough. We got Lampy over here, setting fires. And this is where the candle would be if it wasn't being hit by the spray. We'll probably add something that looks like spray. There we go. Kind of like a spray-like stream going on there. Boom. Yeah, that works fine. It looks like a little bit going on there. A little bit of propane being sprayed in that direction of the flames. How it got that big, on the other hand, don't ask questions, just accept fire. But yeah, smoked whiskey salmon, that is especially a great recipe. You know what? Yeah, you could probably do that. Maybe it's not even propane. Maybe it's just smoked whiskey. Yeah, maybe that's what it was. Like, just giving it that. Yeah, we're trying to bake them cookies. We're trying to give them that smoked whiskey. Yeah, give it that smoked whiskey scent by shooting it with whiskey and a blowtorch. Easy recipe. But yeah, we're gonna call it here. I'm gonna be back. Okay, let's see. Today is Tuesday, so I'm gonna be back on Friday. If I'm gonna be continuing the art, I do not know, but I'll be back on Friday. I might work on the emote for a Ryu elf. We're gonna be working on a drive emote. There might be a couple drive emotes I need to do. So I might be back with that one on Friday. Thursday, I might not stream, but I'm gonna be playing Dead Space with a Kohaku and catching them up with Elden Ring on Thursday. So basically, I won't be here, but I will be on someone else's stream on Thursday playing with the Kohaku and Mitrex. If Mitrex wants to join in on the Elden Ring for Kohaku stream, well, probably need to talk to everybody about that one later. But yeah, from one artist to another, what are the days that you like to stream art projects? Ah, fair. Okay, so wait, we're doing it? Yeah, we gotta help Kohaku, basically, I thought we were gonna help Kohaku catch up on the Elden Ring. I mean, if you would like to sit this one out, that is completely fine. That is completely fair. I completely understand. Or if you want to join, let me know, and we'll help them with that sort of game. That's entirely up to you. Yeah, but we did not have a day. Oh, right. Okay, so I need to talk to you about that one later. I need to talk to you about what days for that. Okay, well then. Okay, so, right, I forgot to mention. So, on streams, what days do I stream? To answer your question there, Windhill, or Rose, to answer your question. The days that I normally stream are usually, for the art streams, is usually Tuesdays, Fridays, and maybe Sundays. Sundays is usually a half and half. Sometimes I'll play a game on Sundays. Sometimes I'll just continue to do art on Sundays. On Thursdays, it's Elden Ring. But yeah, Tuesdays, Fridays, and Sundays is when I do the art streams. May I recommend someone to raid? That is a good question. Let me double check right quick first, though. I thank you for the suggestion, but let me double check on something, because I know there might be a few people that I might know that are on at this hour that I usually don't get to raid very often. But it might be someone I might know who you're trying to recommend, and funny enough, that person might be on the radar right now. Because I see someone doing art, but I also see someone playing Darkest Dungeon right now, and I kind of want to support the Darkest Dungeon, homie, because bunch of reasons. But that is a suggestion for next time. I think I may have figured out. I may know which one. Don't call me Windhill. Ah. Oh, not Windhill. Oh, just don't call me Windhill. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Rose it is. Rose it is. Gotcha, gotcha. Wait, I thought you didn't want to be called Windmill. Either way, Rose it is. All right, so we're gonna go drop everybody off with a Brina Belladonna because they're currently playing is on to me. Yeah, I may have figured out which one you were talking about, and that would be a good suggestion, but I unfortunately already have a target. We're gonna drop everybody off with a Brina Belladonna. They are currently playing Darkest Dungeon. Also, they gave what was it? I was also very honored to get the opportunity to draw the emotes for them. So if you want to go check them out, go check them out. Or, well, you're going to check them out right now anyway. Also, Mr. Jesus, thank you for the follow. I greatly appreciate it. Wait. What are the chances? Miss Lucifer and Mr. Jesus. That can't be a coincidence. But yeah, thank you for the follow. I greatly appreciate it. Welcome to the Moth Fleet. I hope you enjoy your stay. By the way, you're lampy now. If you don't know what that means, don't worry about it. And you know what? I think that's a good option. Let's put some fire. Yeah, let's put some fire messages in here. So we're just going to put arson. Here's our raid message. Use those emotes if you have them. Use whatever emotes you have if you don't. And we're gonna hold up a minute one more time before I forget. We're gonna take all of this. Wait, I didn't do that right. Give me a second. Wait, Lampy? What's up there? What's going on? What's up there, Umbro?
Cheers to another fruit stream ! Tilde.
And thank you for the... Holy cow, is that 5 bits? Or 500? Holy cow. I greatly appreciate that. Holy moly. That 9K goal, what's the time limit on that? But yeah, I greatly appreciate that there, Rose. I greatly appreciate it. Save your money. But yeah, as for that goal, what is the time limit? I'll be honest, I haven't determined the time limit on that one. You know what? I got an idea. This is going to be a horrible, horrible idea I have right now. But let me tell you their Umbra. Since it's April... Okay, I need to figure that one out, actually. I'm going to try to see if I can figure out... Tell you what. I'll leave it there for the next 3 months. Yeah, you know what? 3 months. 3 months is a very fair time. 3 months is a very fair time. As a matter of fact, I'll update this thing to where it stays there for 3 months. And if we could reach it within those 3 months, there you go. I will have to participate and join a tournament. Yeah. So that starts this month. So from April to, let's see, April, May, June, when July starts, that's when I'm free of that curse. So yeah, good luck with that one. Yeah, nice try. Nice try. Because to be all fair and all honesty there, folks, that goal right there is a joke goal. You're not supposed to reach that. That's there so you folks don't try to get me to play Marvel Rivals. Because someone, okay, I've mentioned this before. Before we get going, I've mentioned this before. A lot of folks have been asking me, like, hey, Lampy, you gonna play Marvel Rivals? I'm like, I got out of Overwatch. I'm not playing that again. And then one person mentioned 9K goal for Marvel Rivals. I'm like, you know what? Since I know we're never gonna reach that goal, I'll take that offer. I'll take that challenge. And I thought, originally it was just supposed to be there for a month, but someone, you know, now that Umbra actually asked, like, wait, how long is that limit going to be there for? I'm going to be like, I'm thinking, like, you know what? I want to give y'all a fair shot, but at the same time, I want to make this difficult and give myself a fair shot. So, you know what? 3 months. Starting from this month, as soon as July hits, that offer is gone. And then I'm free. I figured, but it piqued my curiosity. You know what? That's fair. That's fair. Never say never, Lampy. You know what? You're right. I've made multiple mistakes thinking it's never going to happen. And then all of a sudden, last second, there it is. But yeah, I'm going to call it here. Like I said, use this one here. Or yeah, this is going to be our raid message. Use these emotes if you have them. Use whatever emotes you have if you don't. Hey, come on. Select the thing. Give me a second. But yeah, this is our raid message for today. Use those emotes if you have them. Use whatever emotes you have if you don't. Wins Lotto tomorrow. Oh, Lampy. No. You know what? I'm wishing you the best of luck on the lottery, but at the same time, I'm dreading that possibility. But anyway, use those emotes if you have them. Use whatever emotes you have if you don't. And I will be back on Friday because I'm going to be taking Wednesday off, and I'm going to be on someone else's channel for Thursday. So I'll be back on Friday for more art. I might work on this one. I might work on the drive emote. I haven't decided yet. You know what? Drive emote on Friday. I'm going to work on the drive emote for Ryu Elf on Friday and come back to this one on Sunday. But yeah, in the meantime, we're going to go raid into Abrina. Go check them out. They're currently playing Darkest Dungeon. And also, if you'd like to support the channel, one good way you can do so is by checking out the links page. We got a lot of different options over there. We got portable models on the Etsy page. We got free stuff on the coffee page. We got merch drawn by yours truly on the Teespring page. And we are also running a sale on Live 2D rigs on the vgen. So if you know someone, if you or someone you know is looking for the opportunity to get a Live 2D model, whether it be a large model, a small model, just the art, just the rig, emotes, assets, character sheets, character concepts, what's the other one? Emotes, animations, all of that stuff. You can find all of the information over there on the vgen, or you can contact me directly. Or have them contact me directly, whichever one it is. And I hope you all have a good... And with that being said, I hope you all have a good night, a better tomorrow, a great week. And always remember, you're all awesome in your own way. Because you folks make these streams and this community what it is. It's awesome chatting with you folks, cracking jokes, brainstorming, all that funny stuff. And if you lurk, that is great too. If the fact that you took the time out of your day to have this bug rambling on in the background means more to me than you could possibly imagine. And don't let anyone tell you otherwise. All right. And that's about it. I got nothing. Y'all show support to Rena Belladonna. Really awesome people. Really awesome stuff. And y'all take care now. Laters.